Hello and welcome to Craig Field at Spratt Stadium on the campus of Missouri Western, the site of this year's Show Me Bowl. And we start tonight with the 8-man state championship game between Rockport and Worth County. Rockport undefeated on the season. Worth County's only loss was to Rockport in week one. I am Austin Ward, joined alongside David Stuckey, a longtime former head football coach. Coach, your thoughts on kind of what we're going to see tonight?
Well, we're going to see two teams that like to line up and dominate the line of scrimmage. It might be the shortest state championship foot game if they have their will. If they want to run that ball, it's going to be a short one, but it's going to be a good one.
34-26. That was the victory for Rockport back in week one. We get the rematch of the state title game tonight. Send you to Andrew Kaufman next here on Mission TV.
To our fans, community, thank you for the incredible support you give these young people, their schools. Your energy and encouragement make events like this successful. We wish both of you the very best. Enjoy the game and thank you for being part of the Show Me Bowl.
Thanks, Dr. Upset. It's now time to take a look at the matchup. And now, let's check out the Show Me Bowl history for both of these teams. Earlier this week, our Mission TV crew sat down with both head coaches to get their thoughts heading into today's matchup. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Pretty enjoyed by Rockport head coach Stoltz and Denos. Coach, first of all, before we get really into details of the season, just what it means for this program to be able to play in this game first time since 1990.
Our town, our community, this is amazing. We got 4 guys on our staff, our coaching staff that are Rockport alum. To be able to do it, we've heard stories our whole lives about those teams, those 80 teams, behind the scenes, teams that have a chance to get here and being out on that conversation is something special for not just our school, but our town, our community as a whole. It's a great feeling.
Your team defense, scoring defense, anytime you're consistent, holding people around 13, 14 points a game, defense wins championships. You want to talk a little bit about that defensive side?
Yeah, no, our defense has been, we've been really good. I mean, our guys have stepped up and really played really hard. We've got defensive linemen, Ryan and J.J. Park, do a really good job on the edge for us. O-line is one of them, kind of tackles. Peyton Cook, Karen Hackett, they do a phenomenal job for us. Just playing the next play and playing hard, being physical. We ain't gonna be physical.
Rockport Bucks and these are offensively just monster numbers. And we've also seen you guys got a really good offensive line. Some of that about both bases.
We got Ryan and J.J. Park, a lot of the same faces. Quinn Jackson, Dave Hayes do a really good job opening up gaps for Brock. Brock is a special player. Brock, he'll make something happen. One thing I've been too proud of him for here recently is his patience. He started to be more and more patient with the run. He's got so much better throughout the year, throughout his career. It's been fun to watch. He puts in a lot of work to do it. He's got a good offensive line. Maybe the first one to get impressed with the offensive line would be first to say, hey, we're not always right. Brock make plays for us. It is a huge team effort there on our offense side that Brock's able to do that, and they're super unselfish.
Joined by Worth County head coach John Adwell. Worth County, the program back playing from other states' title. Coach, first of all, just tell me how you've been able to get this done.
Hard work, work really hard all season, just resilience, just go out there and play hard every week in, week out, let's take every day and take advantage of it, and that's kind of the real. Tell you what, the emergence of Sanders this year in that hole in the rushing attack, and again, part of that backfield of yours, talk about the impact of what Sanders has meant to your team this year.
He's not a normal quarterback, we lead block with the quarterback on sweep. I'm Coach Brown said we've got the best lead blocking quarterback in the state of Missouri, and I'll give him credit. It is a compliment to him because he does a really good job getting out in front and lead blocking for the backs that we have with carrying the ball. But with that as well, we've done a really good job of running some deadline and different things where he kind of puts his foot in the ground, gets vertical, just kind of runs his way through the mess and finds his way to get out and roll.
You guys this year were second in total defense, in the 8-man, anytime you're holding teams down that 13, 14 points a game, even still when you get into the playoffs holding teams to 34, what do you think has been the key to your defensive success this year?
Well, there's a big, they believe in our team that we put out there, and they buy it all in gap assignments, and you said the second, I think, all good to be upset, they want to be first. They do. They believe in what we do, and they take a lot of pride in want to try to, slow people down, stop them, land. But we take a lot of pride in defense, and I think it's important to be a good team. You have to have good defense as well.
Great insight from both those coaches. If you haven't heard, Mitchell is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. Our student advisors are going to put together a short video from up to Moscow. Let's take a look.
The Missouri State High School Athletic Association is celebrating 100 years of student activity. Since 1946, MISTA has championed student athletes, musicians, scholars, and performers across the state. Now, after 30 years, we're honoring a century of unforgettable moments, teamwork, and tradition. Visit MISTA.org/team to explore our history, relive iconic moments, and join the celebration. Show Me 100, celebrating a century of change.
All right, folks, we're getting close to kickoff here at the 2025 Children's Bowl. Now let's send it back to our public address announcer as we continue with today's pregame festivities.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field for a special presentation. Each year, MISTA honors officials across Missouri who have dedicated 25 years of service to interscholastic activities. Today, we are proud to recognize Corey McDonald of Bound City as a 25-year award recipient in football. For a quarter century, Corey has proudly served as a mission-certified football official. As a former high school athlete, he knows firsthand that his own opportunities were made possible by the officials who worked those games, a perspective that drives his commitment to giving back. With $2 to have competed in high school sports, he understands the vital role officials play in creating those experiences. Please join us in celebrating one of the true heroes of Missouri high school sports, this year's 25-year service award recipient, Corey McDonald.
For 100 years, the Missouri State High School Activities Association has celebrated the moment the memories, and the student athletes who shaped our state's history. Now, you can experience that history like never before in our Mitchell Centennial book, written and compiled by former Mitchell Associate Executive Director Stacey Schrader, who dedicated more than 30 years to serving our public school. Inside, you'll find key dates, historic timelines, and a complete look at every sport activity across Mitchell's first century. It's the perfect keepsake and a great holiday gift for the Mitchell family in your life. You can order a copy today for just $10 at Mitchell.org/Centennial. Speaking of former athletes and sports fans, it's time to get back in the game. Become an official. It's a great partner income and you get back in the game. Just today, the party have happened. Contact the Mitchell office by calling 573-875-4880. Or visit Mitchell.org.
When a special look at how high school activities are running in Missouri, the Mitchell All Access Podcast gives you a behind-the-scenes class into the disciplines, stories, and people shaping school activities. From eligibility and birth changes to event plans, coaching insights, it's everything Mitchell, shaping the course. Whether you're a coach, educator, student, or parent, tune in and stay informed. Search the Mitchell All Access Podcast on your favorite podcast platform today. The Missouri State Excellent Activity Association is celebrating 100 years of student activity excellence. Since 1926, Mitchell has championed student athletes, musicians, scholars, and performers across the state. Now, our centennial year, we're honoring a century of unforgettable moments, humor, and tradition. Visit Mitchell.org/Centennial to explore history, rooted iconic moments, and global celebration. Join 100, celebrating a century of champions.
My favorite thing about playing high school sports is definitely the community it builds. You learn that most of my friends learn a ton of life lessons.
Getting to leadership, collaboration, and also teaching a lot more responsibility.
Having a school name, I'm sure, and built a sense of pride.
Repping your jersey, repping your team, your town. High school is all about building connection and becoming a better overall person.
It's taught me leadership, it's taught me resilience.
It's helped me a lot mentally and emotionally, especially with my mental toughness and endurance and being a growth mindset when setbacks happen.
There's a direct correlation between how much work you put in and how much you're going to get out of that. I'm not only going to apply that to all the extracurriculars I do. That's going to apply to any tough situation that I'm in.
My coach is always pointing at me, developing me, and really help shape who I am.
All my coaches preach is becoming a better person. They want you to get out of high school and be able to achieve everything you want to.
Many people might belong to not play collegiately, they might not play professionally, but they can take all the skills that they learn and use it in their professional life and their future careers.
High school sports are worth protecting because it gives students an outlet to grow, to become a leader.
Without high school activities, there's no high school experience. It's those experiences when you go out and you meet people and you're always connected with through your passions is what really makes you become the person that you're going to become after you go on and do bigger, better things. State associations matter because they protect the fairness and norms of high school sports.
They are really the ones who are on the ground and know what the students need better than anyone else.
They're here to look after us. They're here to look after what we love to do.
For the first time in 9 years, the Perkins have had success with fans. You finish your home court.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are proud to highlight our Traditions program, which celebrates the history of our Mission Championships. Every year, the Missouri State High School Activities Association recognizes teams that played in the Shelby Bowl 20 years ago. Let's recognize the 2005 team. Congratulations to our 2005 Shelby Bowl teams. You may go to and set the standard for the championships we celebrate today. Let's hear it one more time for our 2005 8-man first and second place teams. The Missouri State High School Activities Association reminds all spectators that the purpose of this contest is to promote education. The examples that parents, fans, and coaches set for the players today will help develop better citizens for the future. Let's help do our part displaying good sportsmanship throughout tonight's championship. And now, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the presentation of our colors and the playing of the national anthem. This special arrangement of our national anthem was commissioned in honor of the Missouri State High School Activities Association's centennial celebration. Performing the national anthem are the Worth County Marching Tigers under the direction of Caleb Smith. Presenting the colors are members of the Missouri State Highway Patrol Troop H, Sergeant A.A. Henry, Sergeant C.J. Sullivan, Corporal K.L. Eversold, and Corporal N.S. Klein. Now, let's meet the big team. First, feature team on the scoreboard. The Rockport Blue Jays, coach Mike Chris, Captain Joe, assistant coach Trevor Reed, Brandon Harris, Jeff Jones, and assistant coach Jordan Schrader. Rockport represents today with a record of 13-0. Now, introducing the players for the Blue Jays. Number 1, Weston Cantor. Number 2, Logan Morris. Number 3, Jeff Marleycourt. Number 5, Prince Wilcox. Number 8, Blake Brogan. Number 9, Timothy Langston. Number 10, Hayden Cook. Number 11, Brock Stephen Ford. Number 12, Jacob McMahon. Number 13, Reed Owens. Number 15, Gus Lewis. Number 20, Gretchen King. Number 21, Brady Cook. Number 22, Roger Hale. Number 26, Gavin Guy. Number 28, Camden McElhaney. Number 32, Henry Bates. Number 50, Quincy Jackson. Number 52, Jason Hayes. Number 55, Jackson Smith. Number 58, Frank Spiegel. Number 62, Isaac Kimmel. Number 85, Brooke Seeger. Number 88, Gabriel Gellert. Number 99, Carter Hill. The Rockport Blue Jays. Now the racing on the scoreboard. The North County Tigers. Coach, John Allen. The Tiger, Dean Fowler, Dan Collins, and Wes Smith. North County comes in today's 74 game with a record of 12-1. Now introducing the players for the Tigers. Number 2, Jordan Danner. Number 20, Justin Bennett. Number 4, Robert Crow. Number 5, Dylan Smith. Number 6, Aiden Sanders. Number 7, Caleb Hughes. Number 10, William Cole. Number 11, Taylor Stover. Number 12, Steve Armstrong. Number 13, David Porter. Blackhall. Number 54, William Murphy. Number 5, Bo Tyler. Number 2, Ethan Whittaker. Number 2, Luke Goodley. Number 5, Robert Sanders. Number 52, Jake Stone. Number 55, William Hayden. Number 4, William Cordell. Mason Hyatt. Number 8, Wyatt Shannon. Number 90, Robert Knott. The North County Tigers. Our officials for tonight's championship. The referee is Kevin Bristol. The umpire is Trey Downs. The linesman is Matthew Murphy. The line judge is Jesse Walters. And the back judge is Dominic Newbold. These referees were selected to work this contest based on their outstanding performance throughout the season. Join us in congratulating these outstanding officials and join us in supporting their efforts during this championship game. County has won the coin toss and elected to receive the ball. Rockport will defend the east end zone.
The Worth County Tigers want the football first, and we will get a rematch of the Week 1 contest, which was Worth County's only loss of the season. 34-26 back to Rockport in Week 1, but obviously, Coach, as we all know, Week 1 might as well be a different season at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, you talk about it's one of those things both these teams knew. They played each other Week 1 and have a chance to play here and see each other again, and here they are. You know, and they're no surprise. They're no stranger to each other. It's going to be an exciting ball game. And again, Worth County is going to decide to set the tone and try to drive the length of the field and put Rockport on their heels.
Both of these two teams have really dynamic running backs. Rockport, obviously, Brock Holmes. But Worth County, Cole Ruby, he's real good too. Cole Ruby coming in, 144 rushing attempts, just under 1,500 rushing yards, 28 touchdowns. He's not all, though. They've got a lot of dynamic runners. Hayden Sanders, 956 rushing yards, 19 touchdowns. 809 passing yards as well, 13. I mean, it's a multifaceted, it's a dynamic offense for this Worth County team.
And then, you know, it all centers around that ball control, and then that opens up the deep passes and the big passing play potential because you're sucked up in that run game.
Worth County back-to-back 36-34 victories to get here. The kick is away, and it is a nice return nearing the 30-yard line. Again, it is an 80-yard field, so from the 10-yard line to the goal line is actually your end zone. And so midfield is your 40, your 40s are your 30s, 30s, 20s, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so hey, forgive me if I might make a mistake on the numbers there. Just know we're getting excited, and I'll call a touchdown when they cross the 10-yard line.
So Worth County gets possession first. And the quarterback, Sanders, drops back to pass, throws it. It's caught on the flat left side. This is a big run down the far sideline. Opening play goes a long way, and the Worth County Tigers march it.
Nice little swing pass there. Everybody's expecting a nice power run, which is Worth County's specialty. Coach Adwell comes out right off the bat with a swing pass.
Takes the ball to the 20-yard line on just one play.
Jude Archer again has that speed, and again, Rockport with the athletes. I mean, that was one of those things. It was a foot race.
First down at 10, ball at the 20 for Worth County. Snap again, drops back to pass to Sanders. Has to evade the pocket. He's got multiple defenders, though, and he's taken down for a big loss. Sack on the play for Rockport. That's big. Ryder Heron, one of them in there.
Gephardt was the other one. Those two defensive ends are a handful, and I tell you what, that's going to be a key to Rockport's defense is what those defensive ends are able to do.
Ryder Heron and Gebhardt's 6 and 4 sacks on the season, respectively. Takes him back a long way. Now second down and 24 near the 35-yard line. Late toss play, good option play past the 30-yard line and gets a few yards shy of what was the original line of scrimmage.
Again, gets it back in a convertible situation, gets them back into where they're in a regular offense where they can run the ball or throw the ball here. Again, run that speed option, putting the pressure on those defensive ends. If they're hard to block, they should be easier to read.
Gain of 10 makes it third down and 14 with the ball on the 24-yard line. Quarterback Sanders, low snap, bounces off the turf. The ball is fumbled, but right back into his hands. He only gets a gain of a few, though. And what could have been much worse, Worth County at least keeps possession, but faces a 4th and long.
Yeah, the basketball coach might be happy he's practicing his dribbling. He got lucky, it bounced right back up to him. Otherwise, that could have been a nightmare scenario. Again, it held down the limit on the play, so it's a 4th and long here. See what Coach Adwell comes up with. I know he has a nice little pick pass where his tight end's X, and it's just hard for your man-to-man. It's not really a pick pass, but it's hard to get across that.
What was once 1st and 10 from the 20 is now 4th and 12 from the 22. See what the fourth down play call is here for the Tigers. It's Sanders who drops back to pass, looks over the middle of the field, evades the pocket, but he's brought down for a sack again. That Rockport defense is coming through. 2 sacks on the opening drive, turnover on downs. Gives Rockport's offense its first possession.
Not exactly the way Worth County wanted to start there, but again, that big sack put them back behind the chains and, trying to force their hand there a little bit. Rockport's defense bended, didn't break, and then defensive line, which is where everybody knows they've made their money this year, came through for them.
They take over at the 24-yard line. Rockport undefeated on this season. A great offensive line, a great running back in Brock Holmes. He gets the ball first, tries to go straight between the tackles. Worth County does a nice job to keep him to a short gain. Brock Holmes on the year, 309 carries, 2,778 yards, and 57 touchdowns.
Those type of numbers are a pretty good career for most high school running backs. To have that in a season is pretty amazing.
2nd down and 7. With the ball on the 27 of Rockport. Looking to pass. Here's a deep ball left side, and it's slightly overthrown.
Again, defensive ends on both teams. Bo Collins and Smizer are both there putting the pressure in. And again, throw that pass to be errant. The kid had a step. But again, best pass defense a lot of times is a great pass rush. And the defensive ends on both sides now have made their presence felt.
Intended target was Jack Meyerkorth. If you fall asleep and focus all defensively on Brock Holmes, Meyerkorth can strike. He's got 30 receptions, 597 yards, 14 touchdowns. One of the go-to targets through the air, but now Rockport faces a 3rd and 7. Just about 3 minutes into this 8-man state championship game. It's a run play for Holmes, tries to move between the tackles, and Worth County defends it well. Rockport gets the ball to the 30, but faces a 4th down.
First big decision, 4th and 5. Here's
from your own 30. 4th and about 4. Just over 3 minutes into this game.
Taking no prisoners, going for it right here.
Worth County was turned over on downs on its first offensive drive. The defense would like to say the same for Rockport. 4th down and 4, ball at Rockport's own 30. Snap, drops back to pass, throws it left side. There's Meyerkorth, it's caught, and it's enough for the first down. Needed 4, got 5. The gamble pays off for Rockport.
And that's the thing with Meyerkorth. He has the speed to run by you, and so you can't crawl up too close on him or you're going to lose a foot race to him. The kid, qualifies in state track every year. There's a lot of pressure on the defensive backs.
Rockport's 4th down conversion moves it to the 35-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Same formation, power right formation in the pistol, moving to the power left now, unbalanced. Called a timeout, had a little miscommunication.
Timeout called by Rockport. Did you like what you saw in obviously the big play to start, but Worth County offensively, what they came out with? Did you like ultimately what you saw?
I like what I saw. I could see what they were taking advantage of. Again, they were trying to take advantage of that aggressiveness of the defensive ends and slow them down a little bit. As you saw in the next couple of plays, they have to do that to answer the game. So swing passing, getting that ball out, over the top of them. A little surprising knowing that Worth County hangs their hat on that power toss play off tackle. Again, you're going to, this is win or go home, and somebody's taking home a state championship. You're going to take, and do what you've got to do to win the ball game.
Out of the timeout with 7:56 to go in the opening quarter. It's 1st down and 10 for Rockport from its own 35.
First pro set we've seen out of Rockport.
Holmes moves to the left. It's the handoff, tries to move outside the tackle, and it's defended very nicely.
Again, those defensive ends for both teams. There's Bo Collins there. It's going to be hard to outrun Bo Collins again. Especially since he's healthy this year, he has been an absolute animal. Last year I had to coached against him, and he was still really good with the hurt groin in that state quarterfinal game. Coaching against him with a healthy leg this year would be next to impossible, and you saw it right there where he has the speed to run with Holmes.
Bo Collins, 80 tackles, 3 sacks this season. Lucas Frisch leads the defense with 141 tackles. Second down and 8 for Rockport, nearing the midfield mark. Handoff straight between the tackles, and it's just a short gain, but it does set up third and manageable from just past the midfield spot.
Good little zone wedge play, which again, what they hang their hat on and play action. And they lean right in on that strong offensive line, and they get a heck of a push right there.
Rockport into Worth County territory at the 39. It's third down and 4. All near the right hash, one receiver out wide to the right. Snap, handoff to Holmes, moving left side. He keeps the legs churning and gets the ball to the 35-yard line. That is right where the first down marker was, and they say move the chains. First down, Rockport.
Got that extra block over to the point of attack by ran a power play and bounced a little wider that time, down blocked everything, kicked out with the fullback and led that backside guard up and around to get that first down.
Another first down for the Blue Jays. They got it at the 35.
Back to that power right formation they've been so successful with this year.
One receiver on the left, that's Meyercourt. That sends a handoff to Holmes, and he's got a lot of space left side. Down the near sideline, it tackled out of bounds around the 5.
Well, it looks like they're going to spot about 6.5. Yep, looks like it's going to be about 6.5.
And Meyercourt set a good block downfield as well.
They managed to seal off that backside. He found a crease in that backside and got that left side in behind. You know, they've been running in behind that power back, and he saw a little crease and made it, you know. His vision has been so good this year. You don't rush for that many yards without having vision.
Rockport has got first and goal from the 7. Blue Jays trying to strike first, nearing the midway point of the first quarter, and swallowed up after a short gain.
Smizer came in from the backside there and got him. Again, they've got Worth County now in the goal line defense, opening up the chance for Meyercourt here, who's super dangerous when he has no help out there. But again, Rockport's able to establish that power run game. Worth County's going to have no option but get the guys up in that line.
It's second down and goal from the 5. Meyercourt lines out wide to the right. Moves behind the quarterback, Anthem. Snap and a handoff to Holmes, tries to find space, bounces out left side, and good pursuit from Worth County. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Again, the strength of Holmes, you can see right there, pulled out of that arm tackle and got, made 2 or 3 yards out of nothing right there. Worth County had done a good job at the point of attack, but then he used his strength to pull away and get to this very short yardage situation.
Third down and goal from the 2-yard line. Holmes the deep back, gets the handoff straight between the tackles.
It's going to be right on. I mean,
they'll spot short.
Just short. I mean, that's 6 inches maybe. We're going to see a tush push. I've not seen it yet this year, but, of course, when you got Mr. Holmes, that's almost a tush push in of itself.
Fourth down, a nose of the football away from the goal line. 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Nothing under center. Snap to Anther, gives it, and a
flag
walk
on.
in. There is a flag. It is, looks like offsides.
There's a penalty flag on the field.
Got a great surge there by the line, and he walked in.
It is offsides.
Touchdown.
Well, half the distance to the goal, you don't move the football. Same situation.
Think they might do the same thing again?
And
of course they do.
A walk-in touchdown for Brock Holmes. And Rockport is first to strike with 4:47 to go in the opening quarter.
That's exactly not what Worth County wanted. They had, got the ball moved a little bit there. They had the opening possession. Now they're down a possession with Rockport scoring first. And so it's important that they counter here and stay in that possession game, which, 8-man games can turn so quickly, but being possessions down, especially when there's not going to be a lot of clock with both teams running.
They will go to the traditional goal line for the 2-point conversions. One out wide to the left. For Rockport, Holmes moves to the left. Of the quarterback. Fumbled. And 2-point conversion unsuccessful, but it is Rockport who strikes first on a Brock Holmes walk-in and touchdown.
Yeah, we've seen both teams trying to run the option, take advantage of those hard-to-block defensive ends. And so,
just an easy walk-in for Holmes.
On the touchdown on that 2-point conversion, that fumbled snap. Quarterback wanted to keep it late. Collins jumped out there and played the game with it a little bit. He's so athletic, he's hard to read even.
What adjustments would you like to see from Worth County offensively?
Well, I want to see them get back into that eye game and run a little bit more of that power, get that fullback involved and quick hitter. Again, I liked how they started coming out and swinging the ball, putting that pressure on those defensive ends, trying to slow them down a little bit. But you've also got to do what you do. I fully expect some eye formation here. But again, they had success with that swing pass and that speed option. Don't be surprised to see him be in the gun a little bit more than we've seen all year, simply because he feels like he can take advantage of that, obviously, by watching it here on the film. Both teams have defensive ends that give everybody headaches, and that's why they're here.
Rockport to kick with a 6-0 lead, 4:47 left in the opening quarter. Kick is booted away, taken at about the 5.
Middle return.
Moving outside the numbers. Good pursuit, though, from the special teams unit of Rockport. Taken out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line. To bring the Worth County offense back onto the field, Tigers had a good first play on their opening drive, then took a couple sacks and ultimately turned over on downs.
It's going to be very, very important because, passing the ball is going to be very treacherous with both Gephardts and Heron all bearing down on you play after play after play. Here's the I formation.
On first down and 10, it's a toss play left side and brought down in the backfield. Ryder Heron gets back there for another TFL.
That's the headache I was talking about. It is so hard to block him at the point of attack. You're going to get into him. The kid got into him, and Heron is just so strong, he sheds the block and makes the play. That's why you tried to option off of him. Because those kids that are hard to block, you try to take that aggressiveness out of him, and you can see what, he's going to be a handful if you're going to run right at him.
A loss of 2, second down and 12. Out of the gun, run play left side for the quarterback. Sanders breaks a tackle. He gets near the midfield marker before being pushed out of bounds. A great run play.
Down to the 28-yard line.
Quarterback Hayden Sanders.
I just had to say that because I had to practice because it's right there between the 40 and 30. I had to say the 28-yard line to practice.
That's right.
But again, a straight quarterback lead, that's another standard play that we've seen all year. They'll also run the quarterback sweep. I don't think you'll see a lot of the quarterback sweep this week because of Heron. Now they've switched up and moved Heron inside a little bit here.
First down and 10 from the 28-yard line.
Oh, nope, he's back outside. Not bad.
Snap, it's a handoff to the running back, Stevens.
No, it was Heron inside. They did move Heron inside the defensive tackle. So they started playing the game, guessing where they're going to run a little bit. Again, that's just headaches that Worth County's going to have to keep track of. He's like Reggie White, lining up all over, inside, outside. We'll see if he gets to the left side this tonight as well. I could definitely see them doing something like that, although Gephardts is so good on that other side. But again, this is Worth County. Get up inside, do what you do.
Ball's at the 23 on second down and 5. Snap to Sanders. He wants to run it himself. Nowhere to go. Gap swallowed up
Yeah, Quentin Jackson that time held the point of attack and let the posse get there. I mean, we're going to say a lot about Gephardt and all that. But, you're going to have to say a lot about Cheney and Jackson as well on the inside part of that line because they're no slouches as well. They might get overshadowed by their counterparts, but right there was an example of Jackson just holding the point of attack, and there was no movement.
Another loss of the play for the Worth County offense. 3rd down and 6 from the 24. Under center is Sanders. It's a toss play right side, looking for space. Getting past the 20, 15, taken down inside the 15. It is enough to move the sticks for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's that little power toss play they really like. And you notice, too, what's a little unconventional in today's world is Sanders is probably the best blocking quarterback there is in the state of Missouri. If you notice, he turns and tosses that ball and then leads the play. Not very many quarterbacks are willing to do that anymore.
Cole Ruby got that carry. He's been a little banged up late season.
Well, you know he wasn't going to miss this game.
Yeah, absolutely not. Just shy of 1,500 yards, 28 touchdowns this year. 1st down and 10 for Worth
Fullback
County.
trap.
Hand off straight up the middle, and that's 6 for the Worth County Tigers. Lucas Frisch.
Worth County did exactly what they need to do. Get back into that, balance that setup. Got everybody staring at Ruby and Archer and Sanders, and quick hit them there with the fullback trap.
And a 2-point conversion could give Worth County the lead as Rockport's 2-point try fell short. It's 6-6 with 1:59 to go in the opening quarter.
Yes, you heard that right, 1:59. We talked about this being the shortest game. Yeah. It's not even 7:20. We're about done with the first quarter.
Trips to the right with the ball near left hash. Fresh motions to the right of the line. It's a run play and a walk-in 2-point conversion to put Worth County ahead late in the first quarter.
Hey, we told you this was going to be a slugfest back and forth with both teams exerting their will. Big plays on offense and defense both ways.
What'd you like about Worth County there late in that drive after the amount of losses they've taken on some of these plays? What openings did you start seeing?
Well, they're here for a reason because, they're not going to hang their head. They've been behind this year. In fact, they came back last week against Archie. And so, that ability to get back in that I formation, do what you do, and then keep the threat of that shotgun and the speed option and the swing pass and keep the pressure on Rockport. But again, doing what you do is both what these teams are going to do. We've already seen a little surprise a little bit out of both of them. So
you saw Lucas Frisch there, the touchdown. Coach Chadwell had high praise when we talked to him this week about Lucas Frisch. More of a quiet leader, but a leader no less for this Tiger team.
Yeah, they're both these teams, when you talk to their coaches, talk about how close these kids are with each other. These are kids that don't move in and out. I mean, these are kids that have gone to kindergarten. They were in preschool together. They're each other's best buddies, and they've beat the heck out of each other for 12 years now.
Booming kick is returned at the 5. Down the far sideline. Pushed out of bounds just past the 20.
Hey, you got it right too there.
Trying. The return man, Meyercourt. So Rockport's offense will come back onto the field, be 1st down and 10 for the 22.
I mean, I think we're still going to see a steady dose of Brock Holmes, but I wouldn't be surprised to see another play-action pass, go Meyercourt to go over the top. They just got to make sure they take care of Bo Collins so they get a little bit extra time because Meyercourt had a step that last time.
Meyercourt that wide to the right.
With plenty of cushion and playing inside leverage. Now coming up on him. Here we go. Foot race potential.
It's a run play straight between the tackles and tripped up. Looks like Holmes had a head of steam, but tripped up as he went through the line. Still a good gain, though, on 1st down.
Yeah, that little sniffer back there will take you to a lot of the plays, and there he went intentionally that backside ISO and led the play. He gets over on that strong side, and you've got to make sure you're in the gap right over the top of him. In an 8-man game, it's hard to cover all the gaps, and he led to that backside and he doesn't get enough credit for all the work he does. Geld, doesn't get very many carries, but man, he sure blocks.
It's 2nd down and 6 from the 26.
Trick play, back to the quarterback.
And it is caught at the 30-yard line.
Great job there on defense.
I was going to say, Worth County defended that pretty well.
Yeah, they were not fooled at all with the quarterback coming out of the flat on the backside. Maybe the only thing if the running back would have kept the ball down, but again, the pressure by Smizer and Collins made him get the ball up and out to even get the pass off.
Under a minute to play the first quarter. 3rd down and 2 for Rockport from its own 30. Saw a 4th down conversion from its own 30.
Again, all defenders within 5 yards of line of scrimmage. This is what Rockport wants to dominate.
And Worth County swallows them up. They hand it off to Holmes. It's no gain. And now decision time for Rockport. Do you roll the dice and go for it from your own 30 again?
Well, he went for it 4th and 5, so I think this is kind of easy 4th and 2. When you have Brock Holmes, you know, the pressure's on the defense to stop him twice in a row now. Of course, last time with 5 yards to go, they threw the Meyer court. But again, with 2 yards to go and the way you've been pounding away.
Game clock under the play clock, so we'll probably wait until the start of the second quarter. So Rockport will have it 4th and 2 as we start the second quarter. Next after 1, Worth County 8, Rockport 6 on Mission TV.
From Branson Landing to the Capitol Dome, Union Station to the Tigers' home. Big O Service is Missouri's best. Our trusted team outpaces the rest.
Get our Healthy Car Special for only $39.95 from your Missouri-owned and operated Big O.
Show me safe coverage wherever you go. We've got you covered at Big O.
Starting the second quarter, it'll be 4th and 2 for Rockport. They'll go for it from its own 30. They did have a 4th down conversion from its own 30 in the first quarter. Now they'll try to do it again here to start this second. They handed it off to Holmes on the last play of the first quarter, and Worth County's defensive line stuffed him. 4th and 2. Handoff to Holmes again. Tucks his head, dives forward.
I think they're going to be short.
It's going to be close.
They tripped him up. They got into his feet a little early behind the line of scrimmage, and he fell forward. I hope they called it.
They are going to say just enough. And I mean just enough.
Of course, on these turf fields, you got a lot better markings than we do. You know, when I was painting the field, I might have been guilty of rushing it a little bit on Thursday nights because I wanted to get home. And so, you know, these little hash mark ticks, it's a lot easier on these turf fields to make those calls for the official. You know.
It's 1st down and 10 from the 32 for Rockport.
I do like how Worth County is just challenging Meyercourt right here up in his
Press
grill.
man on that far side, yeah. Drops back to pass, looking Meyercourt.
There's the defensive end, there's the defense.
And brought down for a sack.
Both teams are going to have to get the ball out quick if they're going to throw the ball because these people, you know, Bo Collins there, you know, that defensive line for both teams has been exceptional all year long, and you're seeing it right here.
2nd down and 11 after the loss of 1.
Yeah, the Collins kid was an all-stater last year with a bum leg. Now he's healthy. You know, this is not a surprise. And the thing is, he's got another year coming.
Meyercourt to the right, ball's right in between the hashes on 2nd down and 11. Toss play, left side, slipped in the backfield. Hit Holmes. Unfortunate break there for the Blue Jays.
They had pretty good pursuit. I don't know if he probably would have got back to the line of scrimmage, but there was still pretty good down the line pursuit there. Worth County had bounced their outside linebacker up and outside and brought an outside pressure, and they got him kicked out, and which forced him to cut a little sooner than he wanted to.
Instead, ball back to the 29, and a 3rd down and 13 for the Blue Jays. Put twin receivers to the short side of the field.
Worth County was not able to overcome. Can Rockport do it right now?
Drops back to pass. Has to evade the pocket, and a late toss. Caught in the backfield, gets past the line of scrimmage. Rockport still on its feet past midfield, 35-30, and a flag coming.
This will come back.
It will go as a touchdown, but likely
will not be a first down.
Come back.
Does not look good.
It won't count. But how about the improvisation from Rockport to even get anything out of that situation? It is a block in the back on the Blue Jays, so all for naught.
Well, they're going to gain some yards and get a little bit better opportunity this next play. Won't be quite as long to convert. It's going to be from the spot.
And they'll spot it 1 yard shy of
39 yard
midfield
line.
at the 39.
Rock the back. Offset. 10 yards. Repeat third down.
Makes it about 3rd and 5. Now you're back in with 2 plays, back into your regular playbook. Yeah, great improvisation. I swear Rockport must do that because I saw their quarterback last year in the All-Star game do that several times. I was head coach against him last year in the All-Star game. We won, but I tell you what, the quarterback that graduated last year was sure a headache in that All-Star game, and he did that several times. So I think if you're going to pressure again Heron and all them on defense, you're going to have to throw some improvisation in practice.
Pressman on Meyer Court there on the far
Power
side
right
of the field.
formation.
Ball in the right
Power
hash.
right. Pull read.
And they've got enough for the first down, does Rockport.
Love that play design because not only was that a read zone play, it wasn't a zone. They ran it off the power scheme where they pull the backside guard. So if you're reading that guard, which the defensive end did a good job trying to chase down that power play, the quarterback keeps. That's really hard when they pull the guard to the strong side and then go out that back door. Really nice play there. Really good play design by the coach.
So they do ultimately convert on 3rd down. 1st down and 10, just past the midfield mark. Ball at the 36 for Rockport. Trying to go back on top, trailing 8-6, 9:30 to go in the first half. It's a run play to Holmes. Goes between the tackles right side, stays on his feet and tackled down at the 25. Good power run from Brock Holmes. And it's enough to move the chains, and the Blue Jays keep marching.
That's the thing, is both these teams and lines are so dominant. They're going to hang their hat on what they do, even in longer yardage situations. You would think that prior play might, get somebody out of their scheme, and it just does not. And that's why they're here. They've exerted their will all year long.
1st down and 10, balls at the 25. It's a handoff to Holmes, trying to find space left side. Worth County again does a good job defending it. Close out on that far side of the Worth County line.
Really good gap integrity, and you got Holmes to get his shoulder pads having to point to the sideline, and so that kept him from falling forward and kept him stretching. He had nowhere to turn his shoulders, turn north and south, and then the great pursuit there. But a really good job at the point of attack, making him stretch and not giving him a crease to turn up where he wanted to.
Ball's just shy of the 22 on 2nd down and 7 near the left hash. Airport comes out to the right. Snap handoff Holmes, flag, pre-snap. And it's a false start. Bring Rockport back 5 yards.
That was going to be counter tray coming back to this side right here. They pulled 2 that time. So you're seeing Coach Jones get his kids a little bit more comfortable executing instead of just running the ISOs and things like that. Now he's getting his kids, now they're settled into the game. Now he's getting into his full playbook, running the counter tray there. Unfortunately, one of them just moved just a little too early there. Got a little antsy, and that's common in these big games.
It's taken back to the 27. 2nd down and about 12. Hand off Holmes again, and Bo Collins is back there to bring him down.
So I do my best, Gomer Pyle. Surprise, surprise. Bo Collins making a play. Just like, we're going to mention Heron, Gephardt. Another tackle for loss with the defensive end.
Lost a yard back to the 28.
A lot of people don't think there's any defense played in 8-man football. You don't understand. If you're a championship team, you can play defense.
One receiver wide right, ball near left hash. Handoff again to Holmes. He breaks the tackle. He's got space, far sideline. Got enough for the first down and taken down at the 11.
Amthor right there did a great job of play action fake and held the backside pressure that time. And allowed him to get clean through the hole. And that's what the throw, that quarterback keeper off all those run actions.
First and 10 from the 11. Rockport trailing 8-6, trying to go back on top. It was the Blue Jays who struck first in this game. 2-point conversion fell short. Holmes moves to the right of Amthor. It's a quarterback keep just inside the 10-yard line, taken down at the 9. Gain of a couple. Well, that was Meyercourt that got that run.
Got a little wildcat action going there. Of course, getting your athletes the balls in different situations.
Ball at the 9-yard line for Rockport. And it's Meyercourt who stays in there. Now the Wildcats set with Holmes behind him. Now moves to his right. Meyercourt running right side. Trying to find a hole and can't find it. Good job by the Worth County defense. Lucas Frisch in there. And of course, as was Bo Collins.
Yeah, Bo Collins just clogged everything up. That body's hitting him. And the thing is, he's so strong, you get on him, he doesn't necessarily make the play, but he allowed him to not run anywhere. Of course, he's a big kid, and I tell you what, he's just so agile. He'll be competing later this year for a state championship in discus and shot put, which he was not able to do last year with that hip injury, with that groin injury.
Meyercourt, the quarterback. Ball is fumbled, but right back into his hands. Tries to move left side. Stiff arms the defender. Stays on his feet. Touchdown!
I'll throw a resort back. That's what speed do. You go back to the Royals, championship games there. Meyercourt just simply turned on the jets, got that stiff arm, and just outran the pursuit there.
Fumbled, but right back to him, and he just does what athletes do. Tries to find a way, and find a way he does. Rushes left side, takes it in for the touchdown, gives Rockport the lead back with 5:19 to go in the first half, and 2-point conversion coming.
Power right set.
Amthor comes back in as quarterback here. Holmes behind him. Gets the handoff, and he stuffs short. Worth County's done a good job defending the 2-point conversions.
And they did a great job of that in their semifinal and quarterfinal because they won both those by 2 points. And so, again, Archie's failures on the 2-point conversions, this might come back to haunt Rockport here.
They just play the ball fumbled, and Meyercourt just able to find a way. Rushes left side, takes it into the end zone. That's just an athlete play by Jack Meyercourt.
You're not saying that's not smart coaching right there? Coach Jones, I'm sure, coached him up on how to dribble that. We had a nice turf field. He's going to be able to dribble that. Just trick play and slow down the pursuit, and then let him use his speed. Make no bones about it. Athletes are athletes, and they make plays, and they make coaches look really, really good. This game has been everything. It's been cracked up to be big plays on offense and defense. Both.
Physical, yeah, absolutely.
It's 5:19 and it's only 7:38. Yeah. I told you this game might be done by 9:15. That's what the 20-minute half included.
Right. Ball teed up. Worth County set to receive with 5:19 left in the first half. Taken at the 10, on a near side, and coming out of bounds at the 25. Braden Stevens on the return. Worth County's offense comes back onto the field after scoring on its last drive.
Again, they're explosive enough. 5 minutes to go. There's nothing going to change in their offense. They're going to do what they do here. Again, I still wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to that swing pass or speed option again. And a quarterback sweep out of that gun set a little bit. But again, the eye has treated him so well this last trip and all year long.
first down and 10 with the ball on the left hash. Hand off to the running back, just a gain of 1 though for Jude Archer.
Yeah, Cheney in there at that left defensive tackle right there. Again, just held that point of attack, which allowed then Gephardt to make the play on that outside. You notice right now, one thing that I did catch right there is if you look at that last set, the tight ends lined up a little bit wider, trying to get some more room in that off guard hole there. But again, when Cheney wins that point of attack, doesn't matter how close or wide you set that tight end, but you notice there's a pretty big gap between the tight end and guard.
Same formation for Worth County. It's a toss play, right side. Tries to move between the tackles. Rockport does a good job defending it, though. Another gain of just 1. Call it 3rd and 8.
They got on the block. Aaron shed the block, made the play. I mean,
yeah. 1 yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Again, seeing players like that all the time, you know.
Ball at the 27. 3rd down and 8. And a timeout to be called by Worth County. What's your play call here? 3rd and 8.
I might go back to that speed option or that swing pass. Worth has a couple little trick plays up out of their sleeves too. I've seen several of those in the last 4 years. But again, coming out in that shotgun set, gives you a little bit identification of about 7 or 8 plays that they're looking at, what they've shown all year.
What a road this was for Worth County. Had to beat the 2 teams that played for the state title last year in North Shelby and Archie.
Yeah, it's not like they were lacking players. I mean, you had Tristan Leeper, last year's Offensive Player of the Year in the state. And, of course, Gannon Bowen and crew up there. T.J. Belt had an incredible year, got himself on the all-time tackles season record holder, not the season record holder, but got on the board this year from Missouri 8-man. They had a meat grinder to get here.
3rd down and 8, 3:58 to go in the first half. Out of the gun, Sanders runs it himself. Has a bit of a hole. He stopped short of the first down marker.
4th down and 2.
Taken at the 33.
Again, these teams, when you average so many yards per carry, when your running backs average 9 and 10 yards per snap on average for the season, it's a lot easier to call plays on 4th and 2.
Why a team like Rockport goes from its own 30 twice. 4th down and 2. Handoff. Patient is Archer. He busts through the hole. He got just enough. Was patient to the line, found a little bit of a hole.
Well, that time Bo Collins got a great block on Heron. Heron eventually got free and helped out on that tackle, but was not able to get the initial slowdown, and Archer got through that hole and got to the first down marker before the help and the posse could get there. Again, though, still held to a 2.5-yard carry when the hole was much larger than that to start with.
Last few minutes of the first half.
Both teams have said they're coming to win it. They're not, there is no punters tonight.
Gun, snap, a delayed keep by the quarterback Sanders. He gets near the midfield marker. Good gain of 5 yards on first down for Sanders.
That's Coach Adwell going back to his old Trenton days when he coached with Wes Croy over there, the split back veer. That's exactly what that was. That was veer keeper. Yep, going back to his days, as when he was coaching with Coach Croy over in Trenton, running that split back veer.
2nd down and 5, ball right at midfield, nearing the 2-minute mark of the first half. Toss play to the running back, straight between the tackles. Good run. He's got enough for a first down, a little bit more. Move the sticks for the Tigers. Ball to the 31.
That right there is the bread and butter play of Worth County football. The old power toss with the quarterback leading, threaten the edge, and cut up underneath the contain man. And it'll be a long day if you do not stop that play. Trust me, I've seen it too many times.
Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. The I formation, toss, right side. Defended well by that defensive front of Rockport. Steve Gebhardt was one of the first two.
1:33, clock starts becoming an issue here, and timeouts will probably be used in different situations.
Be big if Rockport could get a stop defensively. They will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, pretty important to score here, but again, the lack of two-point conversion sure helps Worth County's case.
Presently a 12-8 lead for the Blue Jays of Rockport. Same formation for Worth County on second down and 9. A pass play rolling out right side. Sanders runs it himself, and good tackle.
Probably should have stepped out of bounds instead of trying to fight for that extra 1 yard. He should have stepped out of bounds and saved that clock. Now I got to use a timeout.
Take the 25-yard line. Timeout will have to be called. Yeah, you're exactly right. Save that timeout, run out of bounds, stop the clock.
Because you're basically going to have the same down and distance situation. But, hey, when you're out there, that kid has dreamed of making plays.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to chew him.
Game.
You're not going to chew him out for trying to break a tackle. Because how many times this year has he probably broken the tackle?
Right.
It's one of those things that, a couple weeks down the road, you might say, hey, man, why didn't you step out over there? But, he's an athlete being an athlete. He's stepped out of plenty of tackles this year. So
up until these last 2 weeks with North Shelby and Archie, Worth County's wins after the Rockport loss, really none of them close games, and same could be said for Rockport. The Worth County game, really the only close game that Rockport has played this year. 54 seconds left of the first half. It was a big drive for Worth County. Hand off straight between the tackles, goes the back.
Looks like it'll be enough for the first downs. Got to stop the clock to move the chains. Coach is already getting the play call in.
Gain of 4.
This is the one thing neither team really runs, a hurry up or signal in type. So you got to run players in, and they got to communicate. So time comes off the clock.
Braden Stevens checks in late. That was Cole Ruby that got that last carry. Ball's at the 21-yard line, just 30 seconds left. Under center, fake toss, looking to throw. It's deep over the middle. Jump ball! It's caught! Touchdown, Tigers!
This is exactly the answer Worth County needed.
Deep ball over the middle on the jump ball. It's caught.
I believe that was New that caught that.
Caleb New on the jump ball, touchdown reception. And again, Rockport getting the kick to start the second half. What a massive score for the Tigers late in the first half.
Ball being moved to the left hash here for the wide trips to the right. Same formation they use on the two-point conversion. Only time we've seen it is on the two-point conversion this trip set. Chris comes down again in motion just like he did last time.
Snap, rolls out to his right to Sanders, may want to run himself. Now a late toss, jump ball again. This is incomplete. But Worth County does go back ahead with just under 20 seconds.
The scoreboard is wrong. They put the score on the wrong side. It's going to be 14-12. 14-12.
Let's see this play again. Just what a play. Just exactly what you want.
Gephardt's over there.
Deep ball over the middle on the jump. That's
right over the fingertips.
That's a nice play.
Right over the fingertips.
And that gives Worth County your lead at 14-12.
Yeah, the defense was there. He couldn't jump quite high enough.
What a good ball.
Hasn't every kid always wanted to be 2 or 3 inches taller?
Right.
Having some fun with the scoreboard. They're finally getting it right. I think the crowd is having to help them there a little bit.
It's Worth County to kick away. 19.6.
Expect a squib here or nothing, yo. Yep.
Line drive. Bobbled a little bit, but picked up at the 10. Turns to the 20, pushed out of bounds near the 30. 11 and a half seconds left in the first half. And what a massive play there at the end. Hayden Sanders to Caleb New. A pretty ball from Sanders. And New caught in the jump.
I bet the ball is going to end up in the hands of Holmes or Meyerkorth somehow. They've already thrown back to the quarterback, so that play's not going to be run here. But again, when you run ISO like that and they're not going to be in their goal line defense, and you get a chance to have Holmes run through and get one-on-one with the safety.
Meyerkorth wide to the right. Holmes behind the quarterback, Anther looking. Deep ball right side.
Meyerkorth
caught by Meyerkorth. Breaks a tackle. Stays on his feet. Jack Meyerkorth to the end zone.
There's a penalty. Late penalty coming in.
It's at the 5-yard line. Could this be the second big touchdown play waved off by a penalty? Just waiting for the call on the flag. Again, flag is just inside the 5.
After the run across the end zone, a block the back on defense.
Block in the back on Worth County. The touchdown stands.
A little defensive frustration there.
What a massive play as time expires in the first half from the Rockport Blue Jays. And just as it seemed Worth County had grabbed some momentum, the pendulum swings right back in favor of Rockport. 2-point conversion attempt to make it a 6-point lead. Toss play left side. Holmes breaks a tackle, gets towards the goal line, but it's unsuccessful. And so it stays at 18-14. But point is, it is
a touchdown.
18-14.
12 seconds left, and that's just the last thing you wanted to see. And as a coach, you can't do anything else. Just the athlete elevates.
It's caught on the jump by Meyerkorth. Breaks one tackle there. Breaks the second tackle there. Just continues running across the field. Finds space. Takes it to the house. What a play at the end of the half for the Rockport Blue Jays.
Hey, Meyerkorth made that play, but Caleb Ellis, we have to give him props. That was that last block that popped him free. Caleb Ellis hustling from the backside.
Rockport 18, Worth County 14 at half here on Mission TV.
Missouri State High School Activities Association is celebrating 100 years of student activity excellence. Since 1926, MISHA has championed student athletes, musicians, scholars, and performers across the state. Now in our centennial year, we're honoring a century of unforgettable moments, teamwork, and tradition. Visit misha.org/centennial to explore our history, relive iconic moments, and join the celebration. Show Me 100, celebrating a century of champions.
DJ.
You
please welcome the Worth County Marching Tigers to the field. Under the direction of Caleb Smith, with Megan Hasselbaugh serving as color guard coach, the Marching Tigers are led tonight by drum major Connor Pointer. The season will be performing the final countdown, followed by the Worth County fight song. Please give a crowd of applause for the Worth County Marching Tigers.
Everyone, I'm Andrew Kaufman with Misha, here with our corporate partners.
Dakota Bamer with Courage to Report.
Well, we're excited to have you. A lot of folks know what this is already, but those that do not know, What is Courage to Report and why is it so important?
Yeah, so Courage to Report is the state's school violence prevention tip line, and it's beneficial because it offers a confidential way for students to report their concerns or other family members, concerned citizens, staff members to report their concerns as well.
If I submit a tip to Courage to Report, what information will I be required to submit?
We do ask for things like the names of the aggressors, victims, or witnesses, and then we also ask follow-up questions like where did the incident happen? What was the situation? Could you tell us more about anybody involved?
How does Courage to Report help prevent school violence? Have you seen it in action already?
Yeah, so we've seen several cases of it preventing school violence. It offers a preventative method. It's not a snitching thing, it's a reporting thing, and it helps your classmates and your community stay safe.
Well, thank you to Dakota and Courage to Report. Enjoy the championships.
In a moment of crisis, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is reach out for help. At the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, we understand that life's challenges aren't always easy to face. Whether you're struggling with mental health, substance use, or simply feeling overwhelmed, you are not alone. Call, text, or chat 988 to reach a trained crisis specialist in Missouri. Someone who will listen with care, support you without judgment, and guide you through whatever you're facing. No matter who you are or where you live, your mental health matters. Reach out to 988. Call, text, or chat the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, Missouri.
For 100 years, the Missouri State High School Activities Association has celebrated the moments, the memories, and the student athletes who shaped our state's history. Now, you can experience that history like never before in our Misha Centennial book, written and compiled by former Misha Associate Executive Director Stacy Schrader, who dedicated more than 30 years to serving our members' schools. Inside, you'll find key dates, historic timelines, and a complete look at every sport and activity across Misha's first century. It's the perfect keepsake and a great holiday gift for the Misha fan in your life. You can order a copy today for just $20 at misha.org/centennial.
Attention all former athletes and sports fans. It's time to get back in the game. Become an official. It's a great part-time income and you get back in the game. Start today by finding out how. Contact the Misha office by calling 573-875-4880 or visiting misha.org.
It's halftime of our 8-man football state championship game, Show Me Bowl weekend, the first of 7 that'll take place from here at Craig Field at Spratt Stadium in St. Joseph on the campus of Missouri Western. And boy, what a fun first half that was between Rockport and Worth County. Rockport an 18-14 lead. Worth County scores late, feels huge. Worth County gets the ball first, so Rockport's going to get it first to start the second half. So Worth County scores late. That feels huge for Worth County, but then big play, Rockport. A throw this far near sideline to the right side of the field for Rockport, caught by Jack Myakorth. He breaks 2 tackles on his way to the end zone. And just a drastic momentum pendulum swing. It slightly in favor of Worth County to now what feels like, boy, you come out of here with as close as this game has been. Come out here, score to start the second half. Ooh, you like where you're at if you're Rockport.
Oh, that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on Worth County then. But again, they were down 2 possessions to Archie. They're not, they're championship caliber. They're not going to, not do what they do. But yeah, the momentum shift right there. Worth County had it all going into halftime. Fought back because they lost that first possession where they, got those sacks and, didn't score on that first possession. Otherwise, everybody had scored every possession. And so, if you want to see athletes make plays, it's not just offensive. Defensive athletes, the defensive ends for both teams, Bo Collins, Herons, Gephardt, Smizer, Fritz, they're just making incredible plays on defense. It's either, no gain or a loss or a 10, 20-yard gain. It's just big play after big play after big play. But yeah, most definitely Rockport, that mood and the locker room is definitely elevated for Rockport right now. They're going to come out like a ball of fire. It's going to be very, very important that Worth County stymies that right off the bat.
It is crazy to consider that the game started with that big play. You get 1st and 10 from Rockport's 20, and that ends up being the only drive of that first half that does end in a stop. As Meyerkorth comes in as time expires to end that first half. Both sides of the ball, what do you feel like adjustments? What would you like to see?
Well, obviously Rockport is going to have to slow down that option game. They're being attacked several different ways by Worth County, whether it's a veer option, speed option. The swing pass technically is a speed option. He's just not running at the defensive end. And then, so you have to figure out that option game. Now you're going to have to look for the play action pass. That's what Rockport's going to be looking for. Worth County has to figure out a way in those big down situations to stop Meyerkorth, and Holmes. I mean, 3rd and 12, Holmes rushes for a first down. Not a surprise because he's averaged 9 yards a carry all season long. But again, you'd like to think you get them out of their base playbook at 3rd and 12, and it does not happen. But again, that's, athletes, like I said, making plays. And there have been plenty of times with that one little crease. Holmes is such a good athlete that he, finishes that run, shoulders fall forward. The bigger challenge, I guess, is really for Worth County, stopping that power game coming right at you. They've done it several times, but they've got to do it consistently for 4 downs in a row because we've seen, on your own 34th and 5, they're going to go for it. Again, from their own 35, 4th and 2, they're going to go for it. The pressure's on you to stop this power team 4 times, not 3. And so, Holmes only has to average 2.5. And that puts so much pressure on the defense. And so, again, with the lead, with the ball, the pressure's on the Worth County defense right here to stop and get Rockport, make them throw to Meyerkorth. I mean, and that's not necessarily a great answer because it is going to a great athlete. We just saw that. But if you don't take the ball out of Holmes' hands, they will run it down your throat all night long. It's the same thing, if you don't take the ball out of the tailback's hands for Archer and Stevens and Ruby out of Worth County's tailback's hands, they'll do the same thing. And so you've got to get teams into that second phase. Right now, the second phase is, of course, New made that great play. So we've had great, we've had great athletic plays out of the receivers, and they're set up because of everything else they do well. I mean, that was a last, second play, and they were in twins, but they threw the ball on the sideline, and then he breaks 2 tackles. You have players there. You've got to make the play when the opportunity comes to you.
To that point, it shouldn't get lost just because of the way that half ended in favor of Rockport. Kind of like an insurmountable drive that ended in 6 for Worth County to end that first half, too. But before the crazy ending from Rockport, obviously. But that Worth County score was big because 30 seconds left. You still got 20-plus yards to go.
Well, and here's the thing. We could flip the entire half. Let's say they come out and they get a stop.
Right.
And then they score because of the 2-point conversions. Worth County is on top, and we're playing even football the rest of the way out.
Yep.
And the advantage is still in Worth County's ball. So if we see the exact flip of what we just had in the first half, we've got the barn burner we expected.
Defensively, there was obviously a ton of players to look at on both sides, but certainly I feel like defensive player to watch for Worth County, Bo Collins, Rockport, Ryder Heron. Both of them have came to play tonight. They're all over the place.
And that's the thing is big players make big play games, and that's we've seen it, and that's what's been amazing about this ball game. For as good as both defenses are and have played, I mean, you've held teams that are averaging almost 70 points a game, and right now it's 18-14. So we've seen big plays, but we've seen incredible defense along with it. Both teams are here entering the field here. Like I said, you're seeing the blue blood, come out in both programs here. They're taking each other's best punches and answering the bell and coming right back. And again, Worth County overcame a 2-possession lead by Archie in the second half in the semifinal.
You've touched on it a little bit. Where is Worth County defensively? They've made plenty of good plays, just haven't quite been able to finish yet. How can you string some of these good plays together, maybe a little bit more consistently to try to stop this high-powered Rockport offense?
Well, the thing is, you're going to have to get a little bit more tackle for losses. You're going to have to get to Holmes and get them into 2nd and 12s and then get another stop. A lot of times they've been making the plays. It's been for right at no gain or 1 gain or maybe a 1-yard loss. unless it's a passing play. Their linebackers are going to have to manage to break through and make a big play in that backfield in that run game. Again, that comes back to the great offensive line play. You go across Rockport's offensive line, Jackson, Hayes, Heron, and the tight end, Gephards, they've done an incredible in Gelb blocking and not allowing that penetration, because Worth County, if you notice, is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage with every player, unless it's that very last play. And so, they're doing such a great job of stopping that penetrating, attacking defense. And even when the play is not a great play, but you've got to string a few more of those together. So you're going to have to get a breakthrough. I think you're going to see some more stunting, maybe a few more blitzes, twists and things like that. Coach Adwell and those guys, do a great job there. Obviously, you've got to get the ball out of Holmes' hands. You've got to make them beat you with Meyerkorth. As hard as that is, the stomach, but if you don't take it out of Holmes' hands and get something happening in the backfield now, it could be like I said, you've got to get that stop. And four downs, you've got to create a negative.
What's your plan here if you're Coach Jones?
Do what you do, and that's what's gotten you here. He obviously has a wrinkle or two still up his, but he started running the counter tray. He's running that read option. The quarterback kept it that one time. The one a read option is a read power. And so, I think you're going to see a little bit more of that to keep those defensive ends, especially doing that, reading Bo Collins. If you can get Bo Collins on that side where you're reading him so he can't make the play from the backside. And that's the thing is if you're going to do that, then if you're going to let Bo chase, you've got to have a linebacker scrape over the top to account for the quarterback. And so, Rockport, I think you'll see them run that backside ISO, maybe get into that counter tray game a little bit to go along with that ISO. Again, I think you're going to see some more of that wildcat with Meyerkorth. Because he was one step away, and you've seen what he did, dribbling letting pursuit halfway get to him. The kid has got exceptional speed to finish. And so if you can get him in that same push and in that same crease now with the lead back of Holmes, who's a big, strong, powerful kid leading along with Gelbs. So I think you might see some more wildcat with just pure power running straight downhill and add that into the playbook just a little bit more if you're a Rockport.
We are about set to resume play.
We got to do here they come.
It'll be Rockport to receive to start the second half with an 18-14 lead.
And again, if you're curious, there is no wind differential tonight. If you were to look at the flag, it is absolutely laying still. It keeps it from being just a miserable night for the fans. We've had an incredible turnout. If you look over across the way, that might be about every person in Rockport here. And if you look on the home sideline, same thing with Worth County. There's a bunch of people here. They're not going to miss this opportunity for their kids. Botched kick attempt right there. Looked like that was going to be an attempted onside and just botched, and that, gives them a short field. I mean, don't get me wrong, the onside would have been, catch them off guard a little bit and steal a possession back.
It'll start on Worth County's side of the field from the 33-yard line. A Blue Jays offense that wasn't stopped in the first half, including on the final drive of that half. First down and 10 with one receiver. Out wide to the left.
Power side to the right.
On first down and 10, the handoff goes to Holmes. He's driven outside. Good pursuit by, guess who, Bo Collins.
Yep.
Just a short gain on that play.
Running that backside counter. You're going to have to read him or something to keep him home. But again, they bounce the linebacker outside to let him just play free, which is a pretty smart coaching move. Instead of, letting him slow down, let him be the athlete he is and make those plays.
Second down and 8. Meyerkorth goes out wide to the left. The ball on the left hash. Hold the deep. Holmes the deep back for the quarterback, Anthem. Fakes the handoff, throws a deep ball. Meyerkorth, left side, jump ball. It is caught. Touchdown, Blue Jays!
And again, great coverage. Just an athlete, again, what you saw right before half, just going up, making a play over the top. As they would say, he got mossed. Meyerkorth making his presence, and that's what we talked about. Do you really want Meyerkorth holding the ball? They can hit you so many different ways.
That, again, was just a play of an athlete being an athlete. Meyerkorth, far sideline on a jump ball. The connection, Amther to Meyerkorth strikes again. And now Rockport has a 2-possession lead in the opening minute of the second half. Two-point conversion attempt. Amther hands it off to Holmes, and he's straight through the middle for the 2-point conversion. And so Rockport has built the lead to 12 at 26-14. Just 49 seconds into the third quarter. Here's the throw. Athlete making an athlete play. Jump ball.
That ball was literally over the back of the helmet there and pulled it back over the top.
Not bad coverage by Brady Stevens either. Good coverage, in fact.
Just absolutely, as a coach, you sit there and what you got to do is you tell Stevens, man, you got to, fight through it. You're going to have to come back to it. He's going to come back to it. We always used to say it's our turn. Athletes are going to make plays, and when it happens, it's our turn to go make plays. So Worth County's athletes have got to step up here on this offensive possession and make their plays. And we've seen them do it.
Interesting the way this game is going. John Adwell said in week 1 he felt like the biggest difference in that game was turnovers. And the way this game is going feels like if we get one of those, could be just a complete game changer.
Right.
It has been such a well-played game through a half and a minute. Ball returned at the 10-yard line.
Good job being patient there, getting a couple extra yards. There was great coverage and great lane containment.
Cole Ruby on the return for Worth County. So the Tigers offense will come back onto the field for the first time since seemingly they grabbed a big amount of momentum there at the end of the first half. That last time Worth County's offense was on the field, it left with a lead, and now it comes back on with a 12-point deficit.
Again, being down 2 possessions, they're not going to get out of what they do. They're not going to freak out. Little spread set. We've seen jet sweep out of this.
It's an empty back set. Snap straight between the tackles. It's Jude Archer. He's got a good run down the middle of the field. Worth County right back at you.
Athletes making plays. My turn. There it was. Jude Archer, my turn. Got into that spread set, created an extra gap, found that open gap, ran through it. He used his speed to finish. Coach Adwell said this is the fastest team he's ever coached, and that's saying a lot with the athletes he's had the last 5 years.
We have had 4 touchdowns on the last 7 plays.
Yes. That's why they're here. They're dynamic. That's why they score 70. We may get to 70 tonight. 68-70 final score.
26-20 pending the 2-point conversion. Under center. Late throw attempt. Back of the end zone. It's caught. 2-point conversion successful. And Worth County is right back to within 4. And that, again,
let's start the second half.
Again, talk about Rockport grabbing some momentum and it's swinging both ways. That's why in this game you just stick to your roots, stick to what you do. 26-20 times.
I believe that was an A-gap run. That's pretty as basic as it gets.
And again, football so weird. Turnovers, haven't seen it. Turnover can happen at any time. So many things that can happen in the course of a football game, but my goodness.
Well, the nice thing for Worth County is they overcome the botch kick, the big play for Meyerkorth. And again, that's that championship blue blood showing through, as they didn't hang their heads. They came back, played the next play, and created a touchdown out of the very next play.
I mean, we've literally seen 4 touchdowns in just over 2 minutes of game time.
How much you bet they don't onside kick this one? Although I tell you what, you see that big open gap in the middle, that's so tempting.
It is a squib kick that is taken at the 25, pushed out of bounds at the 30. But now again, the Rockport offense coming back onto the field, an offense and that hasn't been stopped yet.
That is the thing with the 8-man game over the 11-man game. Offensive possessions. It coaches like a basketball game because these big plays happens when you get great athletes, and so that's where 2-point conversions come in so importantly as well.
Ball on the right hash. Brock Holmes, the deep back behind Anther. He gets the handoff. He goes straight between the tackles. Gets a nice gain nearing the midfield marker where he's brought down. The ball.
I think he's down. The officials marking him down.
Worth County came up with the football.
Well, we have an official on the far side saying the ball was down. We'll see if it gets overruled. Did another official have a clear? They're going to come together and discuss it.
And it will say Rockport keeps it.
And I'm hard on officials, but I will say that official was from the get-go was marking him down. There was no question on his side what he saw. And I was hard as anybody was on officials. Just ask Lou about that.
Second down and short. Meyerkorth out wide to the right. Anther with Holmes, the deep back, takes the snap, hands it off to Holmes, straight between the tackles. Good run for Brock Holmes. He stays on his feet. Brock Holmes, goodbye.
5 touchdowns, 8 plays. Welcome to 8-man football.
9:49 to go in the third quarter. Rockport's back up by 10.
Both teams are trying to come out and win this game. They are just throwing haymakers.
And the 2-point conversion attempt coming for the Blue Jays. Meyerkorth one-on-one wide to the left side. Anther again has Holmes as the deep back. Hands it off to Holmes, tries to break tackles in the backfield, stays on his feet, tries to reverse field. Now looks to throw. He does throw, but it's slightly underthrown. Intended for Meyerkorth. He tried to bounce out that right side, reverse field, and then throw. But
total improvisation.
Yeah, 2-point conversion unsuccessful. However, it is Rockport. It extends its lead back to double digits to 2 possessions at 32-22. But statistically, these two teams, some of the best defenses in the state. Also, some of the best offenses in the state, and we've seen both in the first half and now last minute of the first half and into the second half.
Yeah, just big play after big play after big play because, you had a nice run stop, thought the ball was out. They ripped the ball free, it's just late, but then you come right back with the big touchdown run. Jude Archer with the long run. Holmes answers with his big long run. News caught big long pass. Meyerkorth caught 2 big long passes. And we've already talked about at halftime the extensive defense over the defensive ends and the stands and the consistent 2nd and 8, 3rd and 12 situations that these teams have overcome. Surprising thing with all these athletes, we've not really had a huge play in the special teams, in the kickoff return game yet. Let's knock on some wood and see one right here.
Kick is away. It's taken just shy of the 20. And
another good tackle.
Down was Logan Ellis on the tackle.
Number 33, Cole Ruby on the return for the Worth County Tigers.
A little slow to get up, but looks to be all right. 9:44 to go in the third quarter. 32-22 Rockport. 32-22. This was 18-14. About 2 minutes and 15 seconds ago.
Same formation they just darted up the
Back
middle with.
and forth. It's Jude Archer.
Same play.
Exact same play, right up the middle. He gets it past the 35, still on his feet. Jude Archer does it again.
Here we go.
Touchdown Tigers. Back and forth we go.
Yeah. I'm just in amazement here, 6 touchdowns in 9 plays. Oh. Like I said, we're just seeing fast break basketball right now. 3-pointer after 3-pointer after 3-pointer.
Big 2-point conversion, down 4. You can get it within 2. Under center, looking to throw. Sanders evades the pocket, right side, throws it late, but it is almost
What an attempt.
New got a hand on it on the back of the end zone, but it
Knew he had to
falls-
get his feet back down. He had to reach with his feet and his hands, and that's such a tough thing to do.
Falls incomplete. Well, let's see this play again. This is not a replay from 2 drives ago. This is just
3 tackles.
Jude Archer doing his thing again. A power run. Takes it all the way to the end zone, 32-28.
3 broken tackles. That's weight room strength right there to pull through. And I mean, these kids, when you understand these kids train 365, and what's crazy is they'll lift weights in the morning and then go to basketball practice when this is done. Then they'll do it again during track season. They do it during football season. These kids work so hard to be in this moment, and you see it all paying off right here. And that's the other unique thing about small class football is these kids, probably the basketball coach is going to roll them out of bed on Saturday and make them come to practice. Or they might have to play in a tournament game tomorrow night.
32-28. It was 18-14 at half. It is now 14-14, 2.5 minutes into the second half. That ball kicked out of bounds on the far side.
Well, heck yeah, it's kicked out of bounds. They're tired of running that much. They needed a breather. They're begging, Coach, I don't want to run down the field, kick it out of bounds.
Jack Meyercourt, the big playmaker. Brock Holmes, obviously. You've had
Jude Archer
stepping up for Worth County.
Hey,
Obviously,
we've forgotten,
the jump ball
we
for
have not
Caleb
mentioned
New.
Aaron or Bo Collins. They've been able to take care of them, obviously. What was a defensive slugfest now turned into an offensive firehouse.
All right, let's see what's next. Rockport's offense out on the field. First down and 10. Ball's at the 29-yard line. Meyercourt is out wide to the right. Anther and Holmes in the backfield. Snap, it's a handoff to Holmes, straight between the tackles, and he is met. Stopped for a short gain.
I can guarantee you one thing right now. Rockport's defensive coordinator is on that huddle sideline. And getting ready to get an automatic check and get it conveyed to his kids of what they've got to do with that spread formation. He's not going to let a third A-gap ISO run for a touchdown if he has anything to say about it.
Second down and 7 for the 32. Ball near the left hash. Again, Meyercourt comes and lines out wide to the right. Holmes in the backfield with Anther. It's a screen pass caught by Meyercourt, right side. Ball is fumbled, but it goes out of bounds. Fortunately for Meyercourt. Should go back to where the ball was fumbled since it was a forward fumble.
Maybe just a little short. Nope, they're going to bring them back. Nope.
8:51 to go in the third quarter.
Got to reset the chains, take a break here just for a second right there. But again, that's one of the things that's changed so much. I've coached for
39.
I've coached for so long that now with that huddle sideline, these coaches are able to make adjustments between series, and that's going to be so critical right now for Rockport's defense when they come back. And the same thing is, what adjustments you made at halftime? Are they working, and are they doing what the technique you told them to do at halftime? And so, even in the small classes here,
Third and about an inch now. Timeout there. Trying to get the spot right, looking for measurement. Right now it's third and about an inch. All right, resume play. Hand off to Holmes, straight between the tackles. Doesn't get much, but when he only needed a half yard, he gets plenty. Move the sticks for Rockport back into Worth County territory at the Tigers 39.
Again, that was just back to the straight ahead ISO right behind the power back, which is where they set their entire offense up with, and they start running the counters and they start running the power plays. They're going to make you stop that strong side power run game, which is strong right now.
First down at 10. One out wide to the left, ball right in between the hashes. Holmes again. He's got a nice block on that far side, but he's pushed out of bounds. And a late hit out of bounds. Not a late hit, just kept pushing after he was well out of bounds was Holmes. That's where the flag comes into play.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Made a great job getting through the traffic to stop Holmes from making a huge play.
That's an unfortunate flag because that was defended well.
But then you shot yourself in the foot.
Yep. And that'll move the ball
to the
20-yard line. First and 10.
And again, a quick reminder for people that are 11-man, it's an 80-yard field, so the 10-yard line is the touchdown. We've successfully, as announcers, not messed that up tonight.
Only a couple times. Meyerkorth wide to the left, short side of the field, handoff to Holmes again. Tries to find space between the middle. He can't find it. Good job by Smizer, Ryder Smizer for Worth County, the first two. Short gain on that play. What do we have? About 5 plays and a touchdown or an offensive lull.
Slowed to a crawl. What is a snail's pace? Actually, we were just back to what the whole first half was.
It's power football, short gains.
Then a breakout.
There was the occasional explosive play. Second half until now has been all explosive plays. Second down at 7. It's same formation for Rockport. It's a throw, screen pass. Meyerkorth catches, stays on his feet, pushed out of bounds, but he's inside the 5. They go Jack Meyerkorth's way with a quick screen pass. And Rockport knocking on the door once again.
That's the thing with a dangerous weapon like that. He's gone by you a couple times, so the D-back is, gives him an extra yard. Well, then they just throw that quick snap pass out to him and let him be the athlete he is, and now you're closing the gap from an extra yard, and that gives Meyerkorth just an edge to pull through. Press defense here again now.
Rockport needs just a few yards. They hand it off to Brock Holmes, and when you need a few yards, just hand it off to Brock Holmes. Touchdown Blue Jays with 7:28 to go in the third. Rockport again extends its lead back to 10.
Brock Holmes taking the ball home to where he wants to. Again, just straight ahead ISO.
Conversion attempt coming up.
Got a couple substitution patterns coming in here. Brock Holmes went off on the 2-point conversion, so Meyerkorth will probably be somewhere involved in this because Holmes is
wide to
needing
the
a
left.
breather.
It's Logan Ellis in at running back. They throw to Meyerkorth, and he can't get the jump ball. A little wide to his left. So 2-point conversion unsuccessful. But again, it's kind of a carbon copy. Rockport gives up a score, goes back up, takes advantage there, and kind of goes back to why that miraculous, insurmountable, whatever word you want to use, that score at the end of the first half was so big for Rockport. Because the offense is so hard to stop.
Yes. Momentum is such an animal here, but both teams are doing a good job of stymieing the other momentum. They at least made them drive to earn it that time. Now, I do want to point something out. We had that little unfortunate accident on the sideline that cost them 15 yards, but I want to point something out. That pass went incomplete to Meyerkorth. The Worth County kid helped him up off the ground. These kids in these small schools love to compete, but you know what? The coaches are doing things right and coaching these kids up right, helping other players from the other team up off, and that's just one of those things that's great to see.
7:28 to go in the third. Rockport 38, Worth County 28. Seen two big Jude Archer touchdown runs. The last couple of drives for the Tigers.
They switched Archer over here to this corner over here where they've been kicking. Yep, and they moved it back away from him.
It is slightly bobbled but picked up. Return 30 and pushed out of bounds there. The return man for Worth County, Braden Stevens on the return. Decent field position for the Worth County offense coming back onto the field. Got it at the 31.
Now, do you do this like basketball and don't show that spread set till second or third down and let those kids forget how they're supposed to line up to it? Nope, they're back in the spread. They're going to make them stop until they figure it out.
Jude Archer back there again. Takes the snap, runs it outside, stays on his feet. No, he's tripped up. The turf monster might have actually got him more than anything on that play. Still a good carry, though, on first down.
Yeah, designed to go back inside just like the same play, but Rockport was having none of that. They were collapsing down inside, and he just bounced that sucker outside just with that vision. We talked about that before with Holmes. There was great vision right there to bounce that ball outside. Heron was getting down inside in a hurry.
Gain of 7, so second down and 3. One receiver to the left. Again, an empty back set. Snap, run play. Straight between the tackles. Hayden Sanders stays on his feet, gets past the midfield mark, probably enough to get the first down. Looks to be that way, and it is. Move the chains. First down, Tigers. Nearing the midway point of the third quarter.
Taking a little play out of the Rockport's playbook, putting that little sniffer back up there in that B gap and making teams slide down inside, and then they bounced outside there. Just little wrinkles and forcing the alignment because they've run so well in that A gap in the spread set, forcing Rockport down inside. Now they're bouncing it outside.
One to the left. Now moves to the line. Snap, toss play, left side, has good blocks downfield. Nice run play there for Worth County.
Ball's on the ground again.
Say was down. That was Jude Archer that got that toss carry.
Officials have been right on top of those two balls that bounced out late. Clear signals from the early.
23, first and 10, Worth County. Tigers marching again. First down and 10, just past the midway point of this third quarter. Now they'll stop play.
Previous play is under review.
Going under review. They're going to see if the ball was fumbled or if the ball carrier was down. And with Rockport up 10. Boy, what a big swing that would be even
If that
further.
turnover, talked about the turnover.
Yeah.
It would surprise me if it's turned over with the officials, several of them signaling down. But as we've known, they're not perfect.
5:45 to go in the third quarter. This is a big review. Worth County ball down 10. Rockport's offense. It's upheld, so Worth County keeps possession. That's huge, because again, Rockport's offense has not been stopped yet tonight.
It didn't surprise me, though, with three officials pointing ball on the ground. Typically, they might be blind, but three of them blind on the same play. I'll give them more credit than that.
First down and 10 play. Out of the gun, snap to Stevens. Braden Stevens tries to run right side, but he is stopped. Good play by Gebhardt defensively.
Well, there's an example of a change-up at halftime. They've decided just to double-team Heron so he cannot make the play. And so they double-teamed up in there on that. I will say I've had this crew before, had them last year's semifinal game. We saw them over at North Shelby in the quarterfinal game. this crew is really, really excellent with communication with each other.
Jude Archer at the quarterback spot. Again, he'll take the snap, run straight between the tackles, and Rockport defends it well. Short gain on the play to bring up third down.
But 3rd and 5, that is right in the wheelhouse because this is 2 plays, 2.5. And actually, it's close enough that, if a play action pass could be warranted here. But again, because of the defensive ends on both teams, this pass play cannot take very much time if they were going to do that in this situation. I would say we might have a play action pass out of that spread set if they were to come out in it.
Line with 10 on the play clock.
This is the set they used to start the game with swing pass.
Snap to Sanders, drops back. It is a swing pass, caught left flat. Braden Stevens stays on his feet, breaks a few tackles, and then taken down at the 5. First down and goal for the Tigers. 4:14 to go in the third.
First and goal for Worth County.
Short 5.
Sanders under center, Frisch the fullback, Jude Archer the deep back. It's a
Fullback
handoff to the fullback, Frisch, and he is in for 6.
They went back to what they did in the first half. Swing pass and fullback trap.
Touchdown, Lucas Frisch. Worth County back to within 4. 3:57 to go in the third.
Answer for answer for answer. Both coaches have done a good job of neutralizing those defensive ends. That's obviously why both offenses are operating with a lot more efficiency right now. They got in, able to talk with each other and figure out how they were going to handle those great athletes. This is the set they ran the veer in last time. There's that veer.
Set delay, Sanders keeps. No late pitch. Worth County picks up but tackled well short. Again, 2-point conversion unsuccessful. Neither team has been great on the 2-point conversions tonight. 3:57 to go in the third quarter. Again, like you said, though, it's just right back to what they were doing early. The fullback trap, Lucas Frisch. Hand off straight to him and an easy walk-in. Again, though, still with Rockport's offense moving the way it is. Great from the Worth County offense to keep pace, because in this game they have to.
Yeah. First time errors in the early part of this year. This game was 26-34. We've eclipsed that long. Now we're here. We still got a quarter to play, and there's no signs of stopping these guys right now.
Worth County's been in these close games back-to-back, 36-34 victories. Rockport hasn't been really in a close game since that season opener. They have rolled through these playoffs. Tarkio 74-12, West Nottoway 58-40, St. Joe Christian 70-12, and Concordia 46-7. This ball picked up just shy of the goal line. Returned to the 10. And good job by the special teams unit of Worth County to give Rockport a long field. Maybe that's your start to try to get your first stop. 3:52 to go in the third.
Again, they're going to do what they're going to do. You're going to see counters. You're going to see the power play. You're going to see the ISO and the play action off of that. And I'm sure, again, there's a trick being held somewhere back there.
Ball right now at the 12-yard line. Meyerkorth out wide to the left. Panther, the quarterback, hands it off, just running straight between the tackles. Is Holmes.
As much push as they're starting to get again and get the running back clean up towards the line, you might be able to see a flea flicker here at some point when they get to a short yardage, like a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3 burn down. As much push as they're skidding at the point of attack and just make it a single route with Meyerkorth.
2 or 3 to the 15. Same formation for the Blue Jays. Worth County might have jumped, and they did. That's what you can't do if you're the Tiger defense. You can't give away free yards. Had them back 2nd and 7.
2nd and 2.
Now, I mean, that's beyond manageable for Rockport. Now,
yeah. Let's see if I can be a soothsayer here and predict the trick play. This is definitely the situations where you almost just concede the first down and get them back to 10 yards.
Hand off to Holmes. He gets the first down. Not much more, but he does move the chains as he takes the ball past the 25. Maybe right at the 25. It is. Spotted right at the 25. Move the sticks, though. First down and 10. Under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Well, I don't think we're going to get done by 9:15, but it's not because of the run game. It's because of all the touchdowns.
That high-powered nature of the start of the third quarter into the second slowed the pace a little bit.
There was the trick, and they messed it up.
False start. Maybe fortunate, though, a false start versus a turnover.
Yeah, that ball was not snapped cleanly. There was something up at the Circle K, something amiss at the Circle K. You're probably too young to remember that. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, showing my age. Something amiss at the Circle K when the fullback goes sprinting out of there.
First down and 15. Back to the 20. Hand off. Ball is on the ground. Worth County's got it.
Penetration up in the middle right there caused that handoff.
And there is the turnover you needed if you're the Tigers. With 2:12 to go in the third, Worth County gets it back, trailing by 4. The first stop of the game for the Worth County defense. And it was via the turnover. Tigers ball, snap, run, left side, trying to find a block down the near sideline. Worth County takes the lead.
Again, that spread set is just giving Rockport all sorts of fits right now. They get up inside where they gave up 2 big plays, they cram down inside, they bounce outside on them. And then that track speed of Worth County is showing right now.
40-38 with 2:05 to go in the third. After Worth County forces a turnover for its first stop defensively of the game, the offense takes advantage of it. And now we'll go for the 2-point conversion to try to make it a 4-point lead. Snap to Sanders, who drops back to pass. Evades from the pocket, throws it wide open at the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Worth County goes up by 4. And that was Bo Collins who caught it at the back of the end zone.
Right tight end coming all the way back across the field. Again, 2 heavyweights slugging it out. You're not going to see Rockport freak out. They're going to drive the ball just like they were doing.
The throw to the back of the end zone. Bo Collins catches it on the jump, stays in. It's 14 unanswered points for the Tigers to go up by 4.
You are seeing an instant classic here. This is one of the games people are going to talk about for years, the way this one's going. Because it's going to come down to the last
only
possession.
In the third quarter.
Only in the third quarter. Both teams are leaving everything out on the field right now. Anything that's in the playbook's getting pulled out and used.
Booming kick is away. Goes to the back of the end zone for the touchback. Well, as all coaches say when you go into this game, both teams can truly play like there's no tomorrow, because even if you win, there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, there's basketball practice. There's basketball practice tomorrow for some of them. Or wrestling.
Or wrestling for a lot of them.
Yeah. I think I'd rather go to basketball practice. Well, you know what? I'd rather have a pot of mom's chili and sit at home on the couch for a day with a cinnamon roll.
After the touchback, first down and 10 from the 15. Snap, handoff to Holmes, looking for some space. Doesn't have much of it. Good job on that defensive front of Worth County to stand tall.
And the push that we just talked about is getting ate up right now by Worth County. Of course, they're getting their linebackers down in there tight again. And again, that's going to set up chances for Meyercourt because there's going to be no help for him.
Just a gain of 2. And so much of this game has been, can Worth County respond? Now it's, can Rockport respond?
Off coverage, inside leverage.
Holmes a deep back, toss play right side. He's got space. Brock Holmes past the 30. A flag flies as he's pushed out of bounds at the 35. The flag comes back at the 25. Downfield.
Rockport's walking backwards, so
it's a hold on Rockport. And now the Blue Jays, which really have been disciplined and played clean all night long, the turnover, now you got that big hold on that play. Really the first time this game that Rockport has kind of shot itself in the foot.
Again, though, when you average 9 yards.
I guess we did see one touchdown away from them. I mean, it hasn't been a perfect game for Rockport.
But again, 2nd and 8 with the hold.
Right.
You know, because of where the hold happened, you're still in mode. When you got a tailback average is 9 a carry.
Holmes back there, gets the handoff, and just a short gain, though.
Still 3.5. I mean, that's still, when you've got 4 downs to defend, that's right on schedule.
Ryder Spicer for Worth County was the first to him. Last minute of the third quarter.
If they don't get it here, I guarantee you this will be the last play of the half. They're going to go to, be my guess. That way they can talk about the 4th down call.
Meyercourt wide right, handoff to Holmes, and he's brought down for a loss. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but a great play for the Worth County defense. And that can be your last play of the quarter.
They're going to talk about it for sure.
Game clock is 1 second ahead of the play clock. Almost like legitimately. He might be close to even.
Linegar there was in with pretty good penetration, you know, and got in on their feet and created a pile right there and didn't allow him to accelerate into the hole.
What a huge 4th down at 4 coming up to start the 4th quarter. Worth County has scored 14 unanswered to lead 42-38 after 3 on Mission TV.
Closer look at how high school activities are run in Missouri. The Mission All Access podcast gives you a behind-the-scenes pass into the decisions, stories, and people shaping school activities. From eligibility and rule changes to event plannings, postseason insights, it's everything Misha, straight from the source. Whether you're a coach, educator, student, or fan, tune in and stay informed. Search the Misha All Access podcast on your favorite podcast platform today.
The clock is ticking. Are they all ready?
Yep, all ready.
Excellent. But wait, are they all here?
All here, boss.
Fantastic. But are we all set?
Yep, all set. Beautiful.
Don't miss out on our Black Friday sale. Buy 3, get 1 free on 4 Big O branded tires. Plus, get 0 interest if paid in full within 12 or 6 months.
Sam, the customers are ready. Are you?
All ready.
Only at Big O Tires.
What a huge play coming to start this 4th quarter. Rockport's got it. 4th and 4, down by 4. Worth County scored 14 unanswered points to end that 3rd quarter to take this 4-point lead.
Power right formation. Sliding where they ran power read last time.
Fake handoff to Holmes, throw left side, it's batted in the air. Meyercourt comes down with it, but was he short? I think he's short. Worth County gets the stop. The Tigers defense comes through again.
I'd like to see the replay here and see who got his hand on that and batted that up in the air.
Boy, what a huge swing. Worth County, a team that had yet to get a defensive stop all game, down 10, forces a turnover, scores off of it, and on the next drive, a turnover on downs. And now the Tigers have a chance to go up 2 possessions. It's Jude Archer. Bounces out right side, and it's defended well by Worth County. Ryder Heron in there. Gebhardt's in there.
Ryder Heron was a man possessed on that backside like T.J. Watt on that play. I mean, he absolutely threw his guy to the side. And
do you expect a player like that to come through in these situations now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, most definitely. I was down there on the field with him earlier. That is a very big boy.
This is a huge
very
drive.
Big young man.
Huge drive for the Rockport defense. Hayden Sanders drops back to out of the gun.
Little misconfusion lining up.
Double wing type set. Sanders takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks over the middle, evades the pocket, runs left side, cuts up the middle, and he's tackled just short of the first down marker. Will be 3rd and about a yard coming up.
What a smart play again. He did that in the semifinal. Pulled the ball down. They were all over that play action pass out of it. Made a great gain of 8 yards out of nothing there by not forcing the ball into coverage.
They've got it at Rockport's 16. 3rd down and 2, maybe closer to 1.
Double wing set.
Again, they'll run out of it with Sanders, the quarterback. Snap, Sanders again drops back to pass, throws it in the flat left side. He's got a man open, takes it past the 10, past the 5, pushed out of bounds. They threw it to the flat. It was caught by Braden Stevens.
Yeah, Rockport is struggling to adjust to these spread sets. Their leverage right there. They've only got one guy outside, and they're releasing one guy vertical and one guy wide, and they're losing the leverage on the 2 receivers there. And that's because they've been so successful running A-gap. They've got to play inside to stop the A-gap run.
Big substitution in for Rockport. 1st down and goal for the Tigers.
Now they've got Rockport wide and back out.
Under
Quarterback
center,
sneak.
Sanders, QB sneak, and he stopped about a half yard short.
Yeah, they were on the 1 yard line and got them spread out thin, and that's why he snuck up in there and took that quarterback sneak there.
Are you willing to run that play 3 more times if you need to?
Well, they've hit the fullback trap every time short here. If they've got, that's the money play. So yeah, you could push several times with that quarterback sneak. But again, you're pushing some big boys in there, and they have flipped Heron inside. So you're running right at Heron now if you're going to push the quarterback sneak.
2nd down and goal for the 1. They've got Frisch in at fullback. It's a toss play to the running back, trying to bounce out right side. He's in. Worth County scores, and it's the Tigers with a 2-possession lead.
Lead changes, big plays. Turnovers. We have it all. You can definitely feel the momentum shifting over here to Worth County's favor right now. It's going to be important if Rockport puts something together on this next drive. Again, the 2-point conversion.
Sense it after the turnover.
Fritz will come down in motion more than likely. Reset.
Sanders rolls out to his right. Throws it late. Jump ball, it's caught. 2-point conversion successful. 22 unanswered points. What was once a 10-point deficit, now a 12-point lead, 50-38. Worth County, 9:05 to go.
As we go right here, we're looking at what Rockport's got to do. Rockport cannot get it, still being done just 2 possessions. They can do what they do, but they've got to do it better. Had 2 receivers there.
Frisch caught at the fullback on the jump. Well, now the question for Rockport becomes what was long the question for Worth County, because we've been talking all night about how Rockport's offense hadn't been able to be stopped. Well, Worth County's offense, aside from that first drive of the game, hasn't been stopped.
Right.
So now if you're Rockport, them are hoping for a turnover.
Right.
Or something of that nature.
Well, when you're down 2 possessions, you've got to get a stop or a turnover, or you trade possessions, you lose.
Kick is away. It's taken at the 5. Return to the 20 by Meyer-Korth. Stays on his feet past the 25 and gets near the 30. Good return by Meyer-Korth. Looking at about a 50-yard field for the Rockport offense. 8:56 to go, and the Blue Jays now down by 12.
Again, still with 8 minutes left, 9 minutes really to go in the game. You know, this is a situation where you do not get outside your character. You don't have to, don't do it. In fact, if your kids are a little nervous, do what you're familiar with. Let them get a rhythm again.
Snap, dropping back to pass is Anther. Rolling left, and he's sacked! Guess who? Bo Collins!
Well, back to the defensive ends, controlling the game. Again, if you're going to throw the ball, it's got to come out quick. You cannot sit there and hold the ball an extended amount of time. The athletes are too good on the defensive side. Again, that really wasn't out of character because it was just a two-man route. It was just Bo Collins beating his man one-on-one and then pursuing.
Now 2nd down and 16. It's a handoff to Holmes. He's met right at the line and just a gain of 2. Third down and long coming up for Rockport's offense.
Going back to the twin set. The Twins out to the right this time.
It's 3rd down and 15. Holmes to the right of Anther. Anther drops back to pass, looking right side, throws a zip pass. It is caught by Meyer-Korth
at the sticks.
Right at the first down marker.
That was a great, it wasn't a choice route, it was a deep out route. They put him in the inside slot that time.
There's a flag on that far sideline as well. All right now at midfield. Late hit on Worth County on that far sideline. Add some yardage for Rockport. You hear the displeasure of Worth County fans.
Well, when he gets across that line, you cannot, and that's been pretty clear for a long time.
Takes the ball to the 25.
Power set right.
First down at 10. Hand off to Holmes, met by multiple defenders. Stays on his feet, but then a massive hit at the end of that play by Braden Stevens.
Yeah, if a quarterback's going to block like that, he'll definitely hit like that.
Stopped between the 24 and 25.
Holmes has come up with a little bit of limp there.
7 minutes left. Meyer-Korth wide to the right. Holmes the deep back for Anther. It's a screen pass to Meyer-Korth. Tries to juke his defender, but taken down just inside the 20.
2 downs to get 3 yards.
3rd down and 3.
But you can see the toll on Holmes right now. He's got a little ding in his step right now. It's not going to, the Warrior will continue to play, but they've definitely slowed him down just a touch.
3rd down and 3. Drops back to pass. Here's a deep ball left side intended for Meyerkorth, and it's incomplete. Great man coverage by Braden Stevens to force the incompletion and bring up 4th down and 3.
You know, he's been in good position on Meyerkorth all night. He won that battle. You know, that's one of those things.
You remember that jump ball touchdown? Stevens defended it well.
Yeah.
Since Meyerkorth made the better play, this is a have-to-have-it play for Rockport. Down 12 with 6:16 left. Holmes to deep back for Anthem. Meyerkorth wide left, handoff. Holmes, he's got space right side. Rockport needed it. Brock Holmes gave it. 6:11 to play. Touchdown Blue Jays to keep them in it.
You want drama, you want fourth play, you want big play after big play after big play. Again, that's what makes these teams so dangerous on offense is you have to defend them 4 downs everywhere on the field.
6:11 left. And a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Holmes to the left of Anthem. Fake handoff, late toss, left, and it's caught.
Roll back.
2-point conversion successful to Jaden Geib. 6:11 to play. A 4-point game again. We've said that a lot with Worth County trailing, but now a 4-point deficit for Rockport. Check the replay here, just a slow roll out. Easy little toss. Guy was wide open, uncontested. Huge play. Like I said, though, that 4th and 3, you have to have it. Down 12 this late, you had to have that. And Brock Holmes did better. He took it for a touchdown.
Well, that's the exact same play action they ran off the touchdown play where they sent the back to the backside to seal the defensive end. Let Holmes find his way on the front side on the zone, and he bounced out the front door. Well, they obviously saw the backside pursuit was there, and the fullback then slides out on the play action pass off that exact same action.
This game has had everything. Just a slugfest throughout the first half, and then we had just an utter shootout in the final minute of the second quarter and the first few minutes of the third quarter. Kind of regulated out. At one point, Worth County was down 10, led by as much as 12. Now Rockport is back to within 4. And again, the script has flipped for what we've been saying for much of this second half. As Worth County takes this ball at the 5, returns 10-15. Good coverage.
Great tackle
By the special teams unit. And that was Guy who just caught the 2-point conversion and made that good tackle. Now, what the question was for Rockport, or for Worth County's defense for much of this half, it's now up to Rockport. Can your defense now get a stop against an offense that after that first drive of the game, you haven't got to stop?
And the thing is, you have to understand how dynamic this game is. These are 2 great defenses, that gave up 13 and 17 points a game on average, coming all season. And now they've allowed 46 and 50, just an incredible display of offensive firepower.
We've got Jude Archer back there again, trying to follow blockers, but he's tackled after just a short gain. Taden Cook was one of the first 2. Haven't talked about Taden Cook a lot tonight, but what a great season he's had. 117 tackles. That leads the team. 2nd down and 9, 5:40 to play.
Double wing set, this spread set has been very advantageous. They've got them spread out again. Look at how wide the defensive ends are with the leverage on the D-backs.
Fresh motions to the right of Sanders. Now a flag. It's a false start. Take Worth County behind the sticks. Back to the 11-yard line. That'll help Rockport, because if you're Worth County right now, long, methodical drive you are very comfortable doing if Rockport lets you.
Again, can they get from behind themselves here? 2nd and a long 14.
Handoff moving straight between the tackles. Good run for Archer.
Perrin.
And Ryder Herod came in, completed that tackle. 3rd and long coming up.
If he doesn't make that play, that was another long run getting ready to happen.
And if you don't get this, I bring out the punter.
I would concur because they've had some good stops, and the momentum.
Also depends where you can get with this 3rd down, but boy, with just a 4-point lead this late in the game.
Of course, both coaches have come to win.
Yeah, that's right.
And here's the thing, to be honest, if you're 3rd and 8, you get to 4th and 8, then you've got a play call. And if you feel like you've got a play call, you'll go with it because you're not here to flinch. You're here to win a game, and that comes down to you feel like you've got a 4th and 8 call that's going to go to one of your athletes. You don't really think in those situations about plays. You think about athletes. Jude Archer's been making incredible plays. Bo Collins in the passing game, new in the passing game. What's the best way for me to get the ball in that athlete's hands in that critical down situation? If you don't feel like you've got a great way to happen that because of momentum or trying to block Heron for 3 or 4 seconds, then you punt the ball. But it comes down to, as you see, that offensive advantage. Again, this play right here doesn't have to get a 1st down, but it's got to get you into a closer convertible situation.
It's 3rd down and 8 right now.
3rd down and 8.
Out of the timeout. Motion man is Stevens. Then back to pass. Sanders throws a screen pass left side. It was a great play call. A ton of space down that far side. And tackled out of bounds, but a 1st down. A great call on the screen. He had a ton of space after the catch. And Worth County moves the sticks.
Great execution there. Good job of making the defense think that it was going strong and looking passing strong. The thing was, they didn't send a receiver out on the strong side, but the backside didn't realize that.
1st down and 10. Under center Sanders. It's that fullback. Trap to Frisch. Stays on his feet before being brought down. Maybe a little bit of an extra push there at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough to warrant a flag. I understand Worth County, why you'd be upset about that. I don't know if that's worth a flag.
No. Here's the thing. That might be the money play to get these 1st downs to run this clock out. They've struggled to stop that fullback trap all day. And they've not used it very often, so it's not being expected too often.
2nd down and 3. It's that same formation for that play. First the fullback. It's a handoff to the running back instead, who tries to bounce out right side. Stays on his feet past midfield before being thrown down. Jude Archer on the carry. It's enough to move the chains.
Now the clock's the enemy. Now the clock's the enemy.
Rockport still with all 3 of its timeouts. 3:15 and counting in this game. Worth County trying to deliver what could be the dagger. Same formation. Out of the eye set. Sanders under center.
Changing the play.
Checks at the line. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication.
Well, Bo Collins they're obviously looking at what they're doing, lining up, and then calling the play accordingly because Bo Collins was relaying a new play in, or was trying to. And that's where the miscommunication was, because he was looking at the coach and was communicating back to the quarterback.
So that timeout called. It is the 2nd timeout for Worth County. Not really worried about that right now, though, because obviously, this could be your game-winning drive right here.
It does not have to end in the end zone. It just has to get
crossed, eyes are
you just have to be ahead when the clock runs out.
Yeah. When do you start using timeouts if you're Rockport?
Under 3 minutes right here. If you hold them on 1st down, you've got to be tempted. Then on 2nd down, you get a 2nd stop on 2nd down, you're going to have to use it then, because then you can use it on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down and keep the clock over 2 minutes. You've got to get back-to-back stops, though, to do that.
1st down and 10 right at midfield. It's that same formation with Frisch as the fullback. It's a toss play to Stevens, left side. He's got a good run. Stays on his feet. Past the first down marker and pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, now at this point, you get a stop. Without being out of bounds, you've got to use the timeouts.
Yep. There's a Rockport player down at midfield. This ball gets to the 25-yard line, and boy, that is Quentin Jackson being helped to his feet. Obviously one of the really good linemen on this Rockport team. Favor on that right leg. 2:46 to play. We're saying that same I formation with Frisch as the fullback. Now they'll break out of that. Sanders drops back. Now it goes to the double wing set. Frisch to the right. Sanders the quarterback. Motion man from the left is Archer. Run play, and the quarterback Sanders keeps it himself. Ball maybe popped loose at the end, but they say he was down to the ground.
Yeah, I think his bottom hit the ground before that ball was ripped out. But again, Rockport is going to do everything they can to rip him out, stand him up, rip the ball out.
Is a gain of 5 to the 20, and now Rockport will take its first time out with 2:27 to go.
Yeah, one first down here.
Seals it.
Yep. Again, you've got to do exactly that. You've got to hold the ball carrier up. You've got to rip the ball out, everything you can. With this 40-second clock now, you stay in bounds. 3 downs, you burn up 2 minutes.
.227 to play, 2nd and 5. Rockport with 2 timeouts. Boy, what a game this has been.
Yes.
Worth County.
Well, this is what everybody thought they were going to see, and this is what we are seeing.
Now, Worth County is led by as much as 12. They've trailed by as much as 10. Really, until the final couple minutes of the third quarter, Rockport has pretty well been in control all game. But it was the vets, the ones that have been here before, that have started to come through. Back to a double wing set. Motion man Stevens. Sanders takes the snap, runs between the tackles. He's got the first down! And taken down just shy of the 10. Timeout call.
2 timeout. Timeout for the...
And it is the second timeout for Rockport.
Take roughly 8 seconds to run the next play, more than likely 6 to 8 seconds. Takes the clock down to 2:15, 2:14, and then they can run almost 2 minutes of that gone before they have to turn the ball back over. So if Rockport can get the 4-down stop without a turnover, they're going to have 15 seconds. But they have Meyerkorth. We saw it, right?
Yeah.
So
you have to go a long way. State championship on the line, and it's tough.
We've seen it right before half. We've seen it. But again, I don't think you're going to see anything. Ball's not going to be exchanged too many times here. They're going to make them earn it the hard way. Back to the I formation.
First down and 10.
Go to the double wing. Defensive ends are staying inside. One of them bounced out.
Snap to Sanders. Bounces out right side. A short gain on the play, just a couple. That's what Rockport needed.
There's the 8 seconds that came off. No more stopping the clock.
Take the final timeout. Worth County will have 2 more plays.
Minute 20 will come off the clock no matter what. they'll have under a minute if they can get the 4th down stop.
And again, if they can get it, then you're looking at a 70-plus yard field with no timeouts.
But you do have Mr. Holmes and Mr. Meyerkorth.
Worth County, they are the vets. This is the first time Rockport's played in a state title game since 1990. Worth County, this is the 5th time since 2017. However, they have lost their last 3 state title games. Last state championship was in 2017, but it's a group that has been here plenty times before in the last decade. Double wing set, motion man Stevens. Snap to Sanders.
Oh, wide open, both of them.
Screen pass, it's wide open. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nobody.
Could be the dagger with 2:08 to play.
No timeouts. Yes. He had his choice of Collins straight down the middle of the field or the swing pass, either one. Favorite 2-point conversion formation. Frisk will come down to motion.
2:08 to play. The snap to Sanders. Looking towards the goal end zone. It's slightly overthrown, intended for Frisch. But 2:08 to play. A 10-point lead for Worth County.
Fritz is coming up a little lame right there.
And now
that's huge. That's their leading tackler.
Yep.
That's the one. I mean, that's huge. But the best advantage you have right now is it's a 10-point lead, no timetouts. You got a quick score and get an onside.
Yeah, quick score,
and then
onside kick,
and then quick score
try
again.
To score again. It'll take a miracle for the Blue Jays, but we've seen some crazy things in this game. You never know.
Definitely a squib kick away from any other athletes. You do not let Meyerkorth or Holmes or anybody pick up this.
Worth County has outscored Rockport 28-8 since being down 10. And that was late in the 3rd quarter. But that turnover, you talked about it. John Adwell said he really feels like difference will be turnover. And Rockport, nobody gets to the ball. Worth County falls on top of it.
They can knee it out.
And the Worth County Tigers are going to be state champions once again.
Simple miscommunication.
What a mistake by Rockport special teams. And Worth County can knee it out and bring another state title to that historic program.
The up back thought the deep back was going to get to it. Deep back was hustling, and the ball just checked up right there.
'95, '98, 2000, 01, 07, 11, 17, and now you can say 25 for Worth County football. Victory formation. Sanders will just draw back, run out some clock, and then eventually slide down with a 5-yard loss, but with no timeouts, nothing that Rockport can do. That was just to ensure that they could knee it all the way out. Wow. For so much of this game, Worth County's offense kept pace, and the question was just, can they stop this Rockport offense that for a large part of this game looked unstoppable? But then the turnover that Coach Adwell said, what is going to be the difference maker in this game? He said, I think turnovers. We had 1 turnover in this game, and it was Worth County who turned Rockport over. They score off of that, then force a turnover on down, score off that. It's been Worth County from there. Just what a job from the vet Tigers, who again closed this game after trailing by 10. They outscore Rockport 28-8 the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's one of those things he talked about. He had 3 turnovers in that first matchup. You know, as he said, he left some meat in the table. And, of course, Rockport said the same thing. And, again, the first week, you're 2 totally different teams than you are now. You have seen 2 championship-caliber teams go at it right here.
And while it will be, no doubt, a bitter and painful way to end it, what a season for the Rockport Blue Jays. But it is the Worth County Tigers who ultimately stand tall. Worth County, state champions once again. They add another trophy to the mantle. The Worth County Tigers with a 56-46 victory are 2025 eight-man state champions.
They definitely had to earn it today.
They had to go through the 2 finalists last year, North Shelby, Archie, and then they had to go through Rockport, undefeated, the only team to have beat them this season. And the Tigers overcome the odds again and are now state champions again. 56-46 final score. What a game.
Everything we thought it would be. Big plays by offense and defense both. Turnover again creates the momentum in the second half.
I mean, it really, that turnover changed the game. The only one we had in the game totally changed the game. Worth County's offense, only time it was stopped, first drive of the game. I mean, just totally changed it. It was one of those games which defense is going to get a stop against 2 really good offenses. But great game, great season for both of these schools. Rockport is fine, and there's no way to sugarcoat it. It's to be that close, to have that good of a season, to come up short, that's going to sting for a while. But boy, what a great season. This Rockport program was 3-7 2 years ago. 2 years ago, 3-7, and just played in a state title game and fall short. But boy, Rockport will forever be able to look fondly back at 2025. It'll have a little sting to it, but man, what a good season for them.
Yeah, just, like I said, it'll take a while for them to get that sting, and then they'll realize how far they've come, like I said, from 3-7 and how far they've,
And then they'll also realize that Gabe Gebhardt is a junior. Quentin Jackson and Ryder Heron are seniors. That's tough. But Weston Anther, Jack Meyerkorth, Brock Holmes, all juniors.
Definitely a bright future still for them.
Still.
And Worth County is young, too, at many key positions. We could see a rematch of this
Sanders,
next year.
junior. Caleb New, saw him with the jump ball. He's a junior. Jude Archer, a junior. Braden Stevens, a senior. Lucas Frisch, a senior. Those are 2 big players. Cole Ruby, just a junior. Bo Collins, just a junior. Ryder Smizer, just a junior. But what a win for the Worth County Tigers.
So lining up here for the medal presentations, and the kids are obviously excited. We talked about the Rockport. Let's talk about the excitement of Worth County avenging that loss. They've been so close so many times, and to break through now again. This is Coach Adwell's first time. And here we go. It's getting ready to present that presentation over here to the second place team of Rockport.
Representing the Northwest District, who will officially present it to Rockport. Congratulations to the Rockport Blue Jays. Head coach Dalton Jones will also be presented the individual player medals. How about a nice round of applause for the 2025 8-man runners-up, the Rockport Blue Jays. And now Now for our championship team, the Tigers of Worth County, converse to your record 14-1. The Worth County Tigers are also the champions to Travis Gilmore, representing the Northwest District. The North District presents the champions, Worth County. Head coach John Adwell will also be presented the individual player medals. How about a nice round of applause for the 2025 eight-man champions from Worth County. Congratulations to the Tigers.
What a game. Worth County closed it out. 10-point victory.
We can finally breathe.
Yeah, right. And I mean, again, if you could kind of script out, I mean, both sides of the script were true in that game. First half, kind of more of a slugfest, low scoring, slug it out type of game. All changed last minute of the first half. Had back-to-back scores, and then start of the second half was just bananas. Just an absolute slugfest back and forth before really, Worth County forces that turnover and turns the tide and never relinquishes control.
And you have to give credit for the Worth County coaches with the adjustments that they made. The spread set coming out in the second half got them momentum. Archer had those two big plays right after Rockport drove the length of the field.
Worth County gets it done with the 10-point victory. State champions again, first time since 2017. They add another trophy to the mantle. And again, it'll sting, no doubt about it. What a great season for the Rockport Blue Jays as well.
As we wrap this all up right here, I tell you what, we saw everything we thought we would see. These teams represented their communities. They represented eight-man football, gave everybody a fan, a casual fan. The first time you've ever watched an eight-man game, you saw the beauty of this sport. Defense, offense, big plays, offense, defense. The athleticism on both teams was just incredible. It's been such a pleasure getting to call this game. Bittersweet. I was here last year and took that second place. But you know what? I know exactly what Rockport is feeling right now, but they have no reason to hang their heads. They've represented and they played an incredible game. But the victors today, Worth County Tigers.
Both teams brought it, but it is Worth County the victor. And the Tigers are 2025 eight-man state champions.
Thank you for watching MSHSAA.TV. This broadcast has been brought to you by the Missouri State High School Activities Association, powered by Huddle TV.